But yeah, last session, you all had started out in the void of space. But not quite free floating, you were trapped behind the coursing energy of plasma cells, keeping you locked within a 5x5 prison space. So you're transported aboard the Otobenis, heading for the distant prison on the edge kind of colony planet of Blackpost. But before you reached your location, you were given an offer, a contract. Somebody was willing to break you out if you were maybe willing to help them out. And so you found yourselves sneaking, stealthing, skulking across this ship, finding the controls, opening the cells, and leading to a full-on prison break aboard the ship, overwhelming the construct, the droid in charge of guarding, taking down the wardens and kind of like prison guards themselves, and finally escaping off on one of the 2 escape pods aboard the ship, along with one of your objectives that was given to you by this mysterious entity, which had asked you to free a Rothian individual who had also been here in prison. Out in space, starting to wonder where you could go. No food, no water, and limited air. You were given one more choice. To join the firm and live, or stay out here in space and die. Wasn't too hard of a choice at that point, and you all accepted. Maybe for a few other reasons as well, which were kept to each of you alone. But the entity, now introduced as Oversight, promised you all jobs, pay, and an opportunity, maybe, to elevate yourselves from where you are right now. And that's how we find ourselves, out in the void, drifting, aboard an escape pod, as you see something moving past the starlight, approaching. And then real quick, any questions based off that recap before I continue?
None here.
Sweet.
None from me.
Then you all watch from the distance, something begins to move. I will go ahead and ask if everyone could give me perception checks.
I'm so good at perception.
Okay. As you all take a look out, you realize you're not quite alone out here, as a ship is moving fast in your direction. And there's a moment, maybe, this is a little bit of like heartbeat skipping, because I think Alice, Mary, you kind of recognize like this is a decent sized like fighter. It's got blasters, cannons all throughout, like it is set for combat, but it's not firing as it approaches. And that little bit of tension starts to fade as you kind of feel for a moment a bit of movement. Oh, hey Elsa.
Hello!
Hey.
She found her phone.
Sweet.
I found it.
That is good. Okay. We're not too far in, so we haven't missed much. We are just in the escape pod. And I think in this moment, Merritt, you see it is a sleek, almost like yellow brass, like metal ship. Very like triangular in a way, like kind of like Y shape except for the engine. And as it approaches, you kind of feel a bit of movement behind you, and you see the Rothian. Torix kind of approach, smile, and kind of look over and say, "Looks like we've got our ride out. Well, not dying today, I guess."
Oh, okay, so you know them. Good, that's good. Nice. And then Mary just goes back to sitting down.
You see, yeah, there's like a definite like recognition. It's calm. Like he doesn't look too worried. I mean, he's not really looked too worried this whole time. Even when you guys were kind of faced with this deal, he was just laid back in his chair. But you see this ship comes through, pulls up, and very quickly begins to kind of initiate docking procedures as you are all able to leave the escape pod and enter into the back of this kind of like, it's like large for a fighter, but it's not big for like a starship, if that makes sense. It's kind of like small sized would be your approximation. And you all climb into that kind of back cargo hold. DC Corix kind of gives you all a nod, hits a few buttons on one of the nearby like data pads. Screen starts to light up, and he just goes, I think this is gonna be for you all. Not quite for me, but it's good meeting you. I'll go ahead and be up front. And he kind of steps past like one of the doors into like the main like cockpit like bridge area of the kind of fighter starship. As he is there, you guys watch as some of the kind of screens begin to flash, and a few sounds like some sort of beeps going off as signals are coming in. And I guess there's like a quick little spin up, and as that's happening, are you guys doing anything, saying anything to each other, anything at all as that's happening?
Barrett is very wide-eyed, staring at all the flickering screens. She's waiting for Oversight to show up.
Okay.
So we've docked with the fighter at this point?
Yeah, you're like fully in the fighter. They've mostly ditched the escape pod because I mean, it's just dead weight at that point. But everyone's here. And as you, I think, Merritt, wonder about Oversight, you see Signal kind of like seems to go all clear, and voice speaks up. I am glad that you all accepted the contract, and I am incredibly excited to welcome you all officially to the firm. We will now be beginning our onboarding process. In order to have you all be official members of the firm, I'll be going through some important information, and if at any point you have questions, please feel free to ask. I will do my best to give you the appropriate answer. Well, I am Oversight, as I mentioned before, and I will be your manager going forward. So any requests or jobs from the firm will be provided by me. I will give you the details of your tasks and the relevant compensation. Speaking of compensation, I know it's always an important question for our contractors, but you will be receiving your compensation based on performance for each job. This is unfortunately not an hourly or salaried position. And I do have to clarify, you will not be receiving full healthcare coverage. We do offer contacts for some vendors and medical professionals who offer discounts to firm employees. Now, in terms of benefits we do provide, we will be covering housing costs, and you'll be receiving a few signing bonuses. The first one here is being transferred already. And you see there's a couple like data pads that are like more handhold, like ones that you guys can pick up. And you can see they kind of like beep and signal. And as you guys like grab onto them, you go ahead and see it's a credit transfer that's coming through into these kind of holding accounts for you under like a firm subsidiary. And as part of your signing bonus, you receive a full 50 credits each.
What?
Wow.
And I think for most of you, actually, I'll say everyone can go ahead and give me insight checks.
God damn.
I think, Fallon, very quickly, you're like, that's it?
That's it?
50 credits is not a lot. Like, you immediately kind of catch that that is barely a sign-on bonus. For all the fanfare, this firm doesn't really provide a whole lot, is kind of what you're starting to realize.
Gotcha.
But it is something, so each of you can go ahead and mark down 50 credits. Quick above table context, credits will be like 1-to-1 with gold in like tracking scenario. So you can just think of it like that.
Mm.
And then, so you see Oversight kind of like continuing to speak. Any official payments will be received to your specific accounts underneath the firm's banner, so do not fret. We will be taking care of any and all financial holdings. You're currently en route to your new home, be arriving in about 5 to 6 days, so feel free to enjoy some sleep outside of the cryopods and relax. We will continue our orientation once you arrive. Now, are there any questions?
You said something about housing?
Indeed, your new homes. They will be paid and provided for.
Yes. Would you have maybe like a second to, I don't know, like elaborate on what that housing is, or
Where it is.
yeah, good questions.
Wonderful. We are currently on track to the station you'll be staying at. It is a wonderful set of homes and communal housing. Beautiful, up-to-date, modern, sleek, and efficient. You'll be staying aboard a station, a hearth station, over the planet of Nyx, in neutral space. After all, we do need some time to handle your background checks as we proceed.
Okay, great,
Excellent.
thanks.
So
So-
for credits in this world, like out of character, completely out of character, is this worth like a gold, a electrum, or a platinum?
It's like 1-to-1 with gold.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 50 credits of gold.
And most of
Okay.
the time, I will note that like these come in like because gold, right? It's a very like physical currency. This is like a lot of this is electronic. So you like have data pads or like accounts that are underneath a firm subsidiary that has your like you're effectively swiping a card, more like so when you're spending here, and less like lugging a giant sack of just literal gold. Yeah. You are currently traveling, and I'll say if anyone wants to like try and like recognize or note, okay, where are these locations, where are we being taken, you are welcome to make like any sort of history check or anything like that about Nyx or the area or anything that comes to mind.
I would love to do that.
Meredith's also
Yeah,
gonna
I'll-
do that.
I'm gonna throw one in too.
Me too. I'll do a
Everyone's
history.
in on it. Okay, so Fallon found the only book on the ship about it.
I think for some of you, like it might be like for Saskia and for Val, it's like somewhere in the back of your mind, you're like, yeah, I think I've heard of Nyx. You know what I mean? It's like you know of the name, but I think Fallon, you are like, wait a minute, you recognize that area. It's actually not too far, in terms of relative space. It's like light years away, but relatively not too far from where you might have gotten picked up in the first place.
Good.
But you do recognize, you're like, yeah, the oversight is right. Neutral space. It's out in, there are patches of what is known as neutral space. It means none of the main nations, the interstellar nations, have official claim to it. So it's usually ruled by whatever local, like, company, government, whatever's kind of there. And so there is a stretch of space between the hegemony and the Verdant Pact, and that is where Nyx is located. It's kind of out there in just open void, but not quite under hegemony rule, not quite under Verdant Pact rule. And quick above table, Verdant Pact is like the equivalent of like the Elven like homeworlds is in the source
okay.
book. Yeah. But it is like neutral. So you're like, okay, it's kind of close to where I got picked up, but there shouldn't be any like, well, cops of the hegemony here. It should be like somebody else in charge. And I'll say on a 20, last you heard, it was like cut up between a couple different like corporations.
Cool.
So not even quite like a government in like the real sense.
It's got some stuff going on.
But for now, at least it's not an immediate concern, as you all continue to travel, and that does lead us to a little portion of rest. You all have It's about like 6 days out here in space. Space is far. Space goes pretty wide, and you guys were aboard a ship kind of going in cryo sleep to get through these patches of like, just void travel. Here you can get real, sleep. So outside of the cryopod, it's a little bit helpful to kind of get back acclimated. But in that time, is there anything you guys are doing, saying to each other, or just kind of keeping to yourselves, still sussing out all these other strangers around you?
We'll say Saskia she's just gonna find a corner to sleep in the escape pod, and she's just gonna go to sleep, like just in the corner by herself. And out of character, I really need to go to my friends to find my phone. So I'm sorry. So just talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. It'll be like a 10-minute drive there and a 10-minute drive back.
No worries.
We'll keep ourselves occupied.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
That's
All
when
right,
it's just
I'll
kind
be
of quiet
right
and
back.
following along. Yep.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I swear.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and so you guys are traveling along. It's pretty quiet.
Where's everybody from?
The hedge money. Yeah, one of the main homeworlds.
Which one?
What are some planet names, DM? What are some
Guys,
sector?
you can't be asking. It's either go. Wait, hold on.
No, this is in character for Merit. She wouldn't really know.
Yeah. I totally had a list of planet names ready, guys.
It's fine. We're all prepared. We're all prepared and ready.
That's actually so crazy. I was like, is that question gonna come up? I was like, nah.
No,
Well,
surely no one would
I will-
ask
I
me,
will-
the DM.
I will say, like, it will be a question to you, Merit. Like, are you giving a real answer or just a homeworld in the hegemony? Like, which one are you kind of going for?
She's going to try her best to give a real answer, but if she remembers one, sure. If not, she'll make one up.
I believe. Here we go. Sorry, I'm just gonna do a quick Merit backstory check to make sure I'm not ruining my own plans when I type something in. Okay, yeah. It would be Cytera. And I will
Alright.
put in roll.
Rex, I have a horrible favor to ask of you as well.
Uh-huh.
What was that station that we talked about for Val?
Fallon, actually, I think I do have Fallon's home planet.
I know, Val.
Or sorry, Val's home planet.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Because I did.
We have the
write
same
something
name.
down.
It's hard.
Yeah, they both went in and out like an AL thing there.
Sorry.
So I think it comes up as it's one of like it's a general station, but mainly it's known because it's hovers over the port or travel station or travel city of Port Nomad. So Val, like, you technically were like from the station, but like you would just say Port Nomad because that's really what you're above. You know what I mean? It's like when someone in the suburbs just names the biggest city right next to them. It's that one. Where you're like,
Yeah.
That's
I'm from
right.
Chicago. They live 25 minutes outside the city.
That literally, like me when I say I'm from Fort Worth and I'm like 20 minutes from there.
Yeah. But it is that idea, like, to you, you're like, yeah, that's where you had to go down for work, for food, for most things. Like the station was just a bed, really. Like that's kind of what it represented.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm from Cytera.
Cytera.
Mhm.
Cool. Hey, why didn't you run with me earlier?
I have some pretty intense cybernetic enhancements.
Oh my god, you're a robot.
No, not at all. Not at all. I promise. Fully human. I just have some. She knocks on her leg, and you just hear like the sound of metal, but like padded. I just have some heavy cybernetics.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can
Where
you,
are
like,
you all from? Yeah.
Can
More
you, like,
questions about
shoot
me.
lasers out of your hands?
Merritt does think back to about like 45 minutes ago when she did in fact shoot a man from her fingers. She goes, yeah, kinda.
Cool.
Anyways, enough about me. What are you? Where are you from? And she's looking at anyone that'll answer.
I'm from Port Nomad. Never really traveled too far beyond that. I mean, like a little bit with the ship I used to run with, but Port Nomad, born and raised, you know.
What was that like?
Kind of not great. It was really just me and my brother most of my life. He was a little bit older than me, but I mean, we both worked as mechanics, and he kind of did a professional boxing thing for a little bit, and then I also did like security and bar backing at a couple bars and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah, just getting by.
Do we have like free range of this ship?
Yeah, you do. It's not a big ship, unfortunately. But you do know up ahead, like, they're not gonna like lock you out or anything, but you do see it's there's a pilot up front, helmeted. But there is also the prisoner you broke out. Crixer up front. But you see he is the closest word might be lovingly, kind of dragging a clawed finger up and down the edge of a like blade. And this is like a true metal blade. And he'll kind of just look back. Can I help you? You're done with the whole speech and information, the kind of blabbering they do.
Yep, got paid. We're on our way to our new home. And she looks to the prisoner like seeing if this is normal. This is the normal routine he's seen before. Yeah, we're going to our new home.
Yeah. I think I got an idea. Isn't in my spot, but I come by here often enough. It's not bad.
Okay, as long as they're not sending us to some barren planet to leave us.
Hey, do you know if by chance there's any way we're gonna get back like the personal belongings that got taken away when we got picked up? There's some important things that I want to get back.
I would like my knife back.
Yeah, I want my gloves and my knife too.
Yeah. Can talk. We talk to oversight about it. Sometimes they pick up some of the belongings that were taken. Really depends on where you got picked up.
Okay. And Merritt just walks off. She heads towards the engine room. And she'll do her own thing if other people want to have a scene before that.
Okay.
No? Okay.
Val just kind of like nods and makes a mental checklist of like makes a mental note of like, Okay, if they don't give me those gloves back, I'm gonna go check the garage for them. And goes and finds a spot to like settle down, and like probably the one belonging that she was able to like sneak past security, or that they just like let her keep. It's just like a picture of her and her brother, and she just pulls it out, looks at it for a second, heavy sigh, and like puts it back in her pocket.
I'm gonna go bother the pilot, and just kind of stand over his shoulder. It's like with my hands behind my back and just kind of look at what his like settings are and like how he's doing his thing and just watching silently.
Yeah. It's not a bad ship, not a bad make. And I'd actually say, because Merritt went to the back to the engine room, you'd see it's not terrible. It's a class 2 engine, so better than some very base grade stuff. Not the fanciest either, but you can see maybe some of the money spent elsewhere. Some of the guns, the targeting systems, a little bit more juiced up. So definitely meant for a small crew and packing a decent amount of heat. Well maintained. And yeah, you recognize some of the charts and the directional kind of tools and controls, Fallon. Like, you're like, okay, we're on track. We're not like being lied to or anything like that. It seems like they're taking us to where they said they were. Yeah. But otherwise, yeah, you can just hover. And whether it's a ship or a car, it's not the best experience, as the pilot will occasionally kind of keep turning back to you, and then realizing you're not walking away will just kind of sigh, and you'll see he kind of reaches over, fiddles with, like, you recognize it's not quite ship controls, it's like radio controls, and just starts trying to tune you guys out as he keeps piloting.
Nice.
Yeah. Anything else as you're out here traveling?
Merritt is gonna bunk down in the engine room. And using her machine speech, she's gonna try and contact oversight through the ship's comms from the engine room.
Okay.
Is that doable?
Yeah, I'd say it's doable.
Perfect.
It's pretty integrated, the systems on this ship. Yeah. You see, it is like a nearby like speaker that like kind of lights like turns on. Hello there, Merritt. I am here to help answer any questions you might have. How can I be of assistance today?
So, I was speaking with some of my companions,
And she smiles to herself as she says that.
and we were wondering what happened to our belongings when we were arrested.
Well, as part of many standard procedures with the hegemony, most of your personal assets and the like have been acquired, monetary resources frozen or cleared, but any effects you had at the time should have been retrieved as evidence. If so, they will be located soon, and we will be retrieving them with your help as part of your background check.
Oh, wonderful. Well, if my knife isn't recoverable, I would really appreciate it if I had a...
What are they called? What are they called? Special knives. Antimatter dagger.
Antimatter, yeah.
I would appreciate it if the firm got me a new antimatter dagger. Is that something they can do?
Let me check with the firm policies, and I will see if we can reimburse you one dagger. After all, weapons are a very important resource in this line of work. Thank you for reaching out.
Thank you.
And then Merritt just sits back like, I did it. I asked for something and I got it. Everything's coming up, Merritt.
Oh, yeah. Otherwise, it's a pretty dull travel. The times you all do go to sleep, you kind of knock out. it is very different, kind of getting out of like the cycle of cryosleep. And when that happens, you usually end up falling asleep for quite a while in a natural state.
Mm.
A couple days pass by, and pretty soon you get a knock from like captain's quarters. Carixar kind of stepping out. We'll be arriving soon at our destination. I'll be making stop here too, but I think you all will have your onboarding continuing. It's nice meeting you, and if you need an extra pair of hands, knives, guns, whatever it may be, let me know. As long as I get a
Hopefully,
piece of the cut, of course, but
hopefully we don't see the other end of your knives.
smart one. And he kind of holds up the dagger like handle up and tucks it back. And now he's got his armor on, he's got his gear, and you realize like he was doing all this with a screwdriver before, and now he's got like real like blades and like antimatter daggers and all that stuff. He just kind of gives you a smile and steps back up as you will begin to approach your destination. Pulling out from void space, you approach the station, resting in the void in space above a planet that you can see even from space. It's lit up at a few key points. As you've arrived at your destination above the planet of Nyx.
No.
Welcome back.
Hey. Perfect timing as you all are approaching the Hearth Station. Okay. And Fallon, this is like what you recognize, what you kind of remembered. It is the station above Nyx, and you can kind of see those little lights must be the major cities, like the urban kind of control centers, each sort of dominated by a separate company.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey?
Okay. We're good. I ran that whole trip. So I'm back.
No worries.
Welcome back.
You guys are just now reaching like the next stop in your journey, a station. So this is gonna be as you guys kind of like see the ship beginning to dock, and you're all stepping out. Oversight kind of signals in through your data pads this time. So each of you almost get like this personal like signal as Oversight continues to kind of explain. Welcome to your new home. This is the Hearth Station of Yokai Flux. This is where you will be finding your homes, the firm-sponsored homes, and it is owned by one of our subsidiaries. So many of the operations here will have discounts and services special and unique to firm contractors and associates. Please, continue on, and we'll stop by first major point here. As you kind of continue through past this initial docking station, and you see like Rixar and his pilot are like they're taking care of like the ship and whatever like checkups they need as you all kind of continue on, as a bit of music begins to kick through, but the vibes begin to change here. As you step on in, this Hearth Station is not the one you're sort of used to. Elegant station owned maybe by some sort of conglomerate of hearths and hotels. This is definitely maybe under different management. The first stop you step into is a bar. Large open bar that almost dominates like half this main floor. Out towards the center, you see stainless steel running the main length. All sorts of neon lights underlitting and overlitting the area. A few dents and stains that never quite got buffed out or cleaned up. And behind the bar, you see a simple single-task automaton working away at cleaning dishes. And up near the front, filling up some sort of glass, passing along somebody sitting on one of the stools, is a half cybernetic, half flesh and blood bartender. And you kind of hear Oversight's voice again. This is the bar in Yokai Flux. This will be the main stop for any rest and recovery. Please speak to the bartender here for details about your homes and explore what we have to offer. If there are any questions, please do message, and once you've rested and recovered, I'll provide you details with your first official contract. Thank you, and welcome. Just kind of clicks off. On your left here, looking around. Is there anything you guys want to do or check or see? Or, whatever comes to mind.
Did we get new clothes?
No.
So we're all just wearing prison jumpsuits.
Yes.
Cool.
Saskia just kind of like wakes up from her corner. Totally not metagamey. She'd be like, what did I miss?
Well, we have a new home here on this station. And Merritt points to the barkeep. That person should be able to help us find our house.
Okay. Okay.
I'll talk to him then.
Yep. I would agree to go to the barkeep.
So you all kind of start to approach as a group, and are any of you taking a look around at the area? Do, any details you're keeping an eye out for?
Merritt, despite looking like she's in her mid-30s, is looking around like she's never been in a bar before.
Val is looking around the bar and the exact opposite vibe as Merritt of like, this feels like home. This is like where Val has spent a lot of her time before. And she's also kind of like clocking different things about the place. Like, because this kind of like seedy, divey type of place?
Much more dive.
Yeah, she's like in her head, like clocking like, that's out of code. That health department's gonna have a really bad problem with that. It's fucking sake, it's gonna be great. Like every like issue that she sees is like, that's a reason why I like this place more. That's how I know there's gonna be good service here.
I think Saskia is more interested in the automaton itself. She'd be interested, like, how it works, because it's an automaton, so it's a robot, so it's not a person. So interested in if it's like how it's being powered, like if it's powered by dark matter or some other source. She'd be like kind of approaching the bar and kind of seeing how this bartender ticks.
Yeah. And I will, real quick note, so there's a simple automaton, like something that you guys recognize as like a, imagine like, why am I forgetting the name of it? Like the modern day like cleaning bots, but evolved, where they can do a more complex task. All this thing does is clean. Yeah, like a Roomba. That's what I was thinking of. A Roomba, but instead of cleaning the floor, this one, all it does is clean dishes. So it's just there, kind of cleaning dishes. But the bartender is not a automaton. It's a person, but it's like half cybernetics, like heavy implants, and very visible implants and like prosthetics.
I think Fallon will kind of scan the room and just see if there's anyone that sort of stands out or anyone that she maybe recognizes slightly. And then, other than that, just kind of heading towards the bar.
Yeah. I would say, because it seems like Fallon and Val are both doing more of like the kind of scoping. If both of you want to make insight or perception checks, you can do that. And then it seems like Merritt, you and Saskia are heading more directly towards like the bartender, right? Like you're kind of heading in that direction.
Yeah,
Yep, that's me.
Okay, sweet. So the two of you step on up, and as you guys are doing that, okay, Fallon is on a roll. Just
I'm rolling really good today.
so, I think there is that moment, Val. I think you're more like, this is kind of the spot. This is what I've been looking for. So there's a little bit of more like, it's familiar in that way. You're like, it's not standing out to you. Most of the people, just like you said, it's a seedy dive bar. There's probably some mercenaries, maybe some other firm contractors, but just a bunch of people looking for jobs, carrying guns and swords. What's new? Excuse me. But for Fallon, as you kind of look across, you catch there's two other folks at the bar, but also like the immediate bar area with like where the drinks and maybe like there's some seating for food. It's only half. The other half of this kind of chamber extends into a more lounge, common room sort of area. And you, looking over there, Val, catch that there's a couple of tables with what you guess to be maybe like truckers, like people who are just handling transport and hauls. There's another table that very clearly is mercenaries, but they also kind of have like emblazoned on different parts of their armor a symbol, and it's like a crescent moon. And you're like, this might be like occasional, like it might be a mercenary group, like an actual like mercenary group, or like one that kind of branded or like operates within a certain frame. And then finally, there is a woman on the far corner of that kind of common room lounge that is
Elsewhere, are you okay?
That was a lot.
Sorry, I'm all good. I'm just I'm dealing with a lot right now.
No, you good.
I'm still listening. I'll just mute myself.
No worries, no worries.
Sorry.
That was like, it very much was funny. Like it sounded like everything tumbled.
Yeah.
Ah,
But Fallon, you kind of look on over and you see there is a very finely dressed, very beautiful kind of tiefling woman. Like, kind of, it's like, it's a little gaudy in like a kind of aristocratic upper class sense, but there is at points a little bit of sharpness, even just the way she looks, that feels very businesslike. So it's like a cross between that kind of like excess, but also like intention. But she's sitting there kind of smiling. Like what you see is like a bottle and a glass, very fine alcohol, something very expensive, and a cigar in her hand as she's reading through what appears to be like paperwork, if anything, over on the other side. But yeah, that's kind of some of the folks you catch sight of as you're looking around. Meanwhile, Merritt, you kind of lead the way, Seski following, and then Fallon and Val, you're there too. You're just a little bit behind because you're scoping out the room first. But you see the bartender kind of turn over, look, a kind of slight metallic thud as the cybernetic arm rests on the kind of bar tabletop, or bar countertop. And left side is just an unblinking cybernetic eye that just like slightly is twitching and taking in all the sensory detail. Looking over. What can I do for you?
hi. We are new contractors, and our manager told us to speak with you for our new lodgings.
You're the ones under oversight.
Yes, yeah.
All right. Give me a sec. Kind of steps behind, away from like the immediate like kind of bar equipment itself, kind of a little bit to a back room. Hear a little bit of like jiggling of like keys, like different like cabinets, stuff like that. He starts to come back. Yeah. We don't really use scanners here. Security reasons. So it'll be good old fashioned. Puts down a set, 4 keys inside, kind of slides them over to you guys. Your lodgings are going to be in the lower floors. Bottom end of the spire. Got one room for you all. Try not to make a mess. If you need anything, I'd prefer if you didn't ask, unless you really need it. If you need drinks, you're welcome to come by anytime you like. Cause any trouble, fights, any damage, gonna have to kick you out. Clear.
Of course.
It's good.
May I ask, what's your name?
You can call me Riff.
Well, I'm Merritt. Nice to meet you, Riff.
Nice to meet you too.
And she takes her key and she turns to her 3 companions and just smiles. Like, we did it. We have keys now.
Did I hear that was for one room for all of us?
Yeah. One room.
All right.
I think that's the one, I guess you get some sort of view of the planet, but a pair of bunk beds. Gonna make do, I suppose.
Yeah.
If you all are newbies, you might want to check out the bit of back rooms, the lower floor too, before you head down. Up to you. You all look a little light on gear. So
I mean, we're still in prison uniform, man. Yeah.
We
If there's
should check out the back room. Yeah.
also Riff, was it? Right?
yeah.
Val, just wanted to say I've worked in some bars before. If you ever need a living bar back or some help with security, I got you.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. I do have a feat that allows me to use strength on persuasion.
Yeah.
So I'd like to do that in the sense of that, like, Val's just kind of like looking like she can handle herself, and like, you know, even though she is like 5'4", 5'3", like she's got enough muscle that he would probably think like,
Mhm.
yeah, she can change the keg. I don't need to go and do that for her, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah, like the physicality kind of matching what you're saying. For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, 19. And it gives you a look over. Yeah. You seem like a tough one. Might get far in this business, but yeah, if you ever have any downtime here, I'd be willing to give you a few odd jobs here and there. Can't promise it's firm pay, not to that extent, but it'll be a little something.
Thanks. Just like to keep busy between jobs is all.
Of course. And he kind of like turns over somebody else at the bar, a little bit further down to one side, kind of on the corner, raises a hand. I gotta get back to people what they asked for here. But, again, I recommend checking out the back rooms. Kitchen's not really up to par right now, but maybe next time you come by, those will be ready. And he goes ahead, kind of handing out drinks. Anything you guys are doing?
Merritt is looking for the exit to the back rooms.
Okay. So you can kind of, there's like a set of spiral stairs towards, it's kind of opposite of where you entered from, past the bar that leads down to the second floor.
I'm gonna go check out the room. I don't know if anyone wants to join me, but that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I'll tag along.
Okay.
And Merritt heads towards the spiral staircase.
I'll come too if we're all going.
Yay!
Fallon, you looking around here in the kind of bar and common room? Anybody you want to talk to here? Anything you want to do, or are you following the rest of the group?
I think Fallon would probably follow.
Oh,
Mars got up
No
and
worries.
walked off a second ago.
No worries. Yeah, you all kind of go down. I think, if anything, like maybe Fallon kind of at this point, you might see the people at Fallon's kind of clocked already. You all start heading out, but as you're kind of stepping past the bar, somebody does step, not in front, but to the side, and you turn to see a fully mechanical metal face looking back at you. Hey there. Hi. Vect. Carter is the name. You all are newbies, right? Just joining the firm?
Yes. Are you also a contractor?
Why, yes I am. Still making a bit of a name here, but working for the firm for about a year. Pretty long compared to the average. But just wanted to introduce myself, you know. Give you guys a friendly face. Let you know if you ever need a hand, feel free to reach out. It's important to stay networking here.
Of course. I'm Merritt, and feel free to reach out if you need any help.
And she holds out her hand for a handshake.
Yeah. He shakes the hand, and you'll just hear kind of a little bit of... It's a very heavy handshake between the two of you.
A resounding slap of the hands together.
Yeah, very, very loud, like kind of clang.
Two pots hitting each other.
But yeah, he kind of gives you guys a nod. And yeah, like this is, for context, a Vect, right? So it's a fully robotic, sentient form. But seems to have been here for a little bit of time. He just kind of gives you guys a wave, and you continue on. Just a quick little introduction. As you will step down the spiral stairs, heading down into some of these back rooms, and you can see you're at like where the spiral stairs leads. There's a bunch of old, maybe ones with like offices, homes, things like that got either run down and like gutted out and turned into what seemed to be like very makeshift, like stores is a strong word. Stalls might be like closer to what these kind of like establishments are like. And then past them, further down, you see the stairs and elevators that kind of lead down to the actual like living quarters. But around you, you see there is, to the left, there is a bunch of what seem to be like pictures of different weapons and equipment lining along the walls, various neon signs listing like specific details, prices, and a large one at the top that says no questions, no returns. And you just hear a bunch of like clutter and movement as somebody's just rustling with a bunch of metallic objects. And over on the right side, you see various like scrap items. It almost looks like a garage sale, but you're not quite sure if they're for sale. But you do catch the signs and sounds of like pistons firing, like steam, gas, occasional like almost like hammering sounds. All sorts of stuff going off on the side.
Are there any shops visible that have like attire so we can get out of prison garb?
Yeah, I'd say it's probably the fella on the right side. While a bunch of it is scrap, like metallic objects, there are a few that, again, in this garage sale lookup, just seem to be, as you kind of peer through, like hangers and like racks of like attire. It's like thrift shopping, but all the options are bad.
Perfect. Can I go rifle through those and see what I find?
Yeah.
I'm following right behind.
As you're kind of rifling through, there's a heavy thud from deeper in that sort of store. And because you're kind of making noise as the clothes are moving, and another thud as a massive frame begins to make their way out from like the back door leading further into the store. And you see twin horns coming out as a minotaur steps in. Customers, it's good to see you. Got a fine collection of pieces here. Bring them up whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you.
Sounds great.
and you see she kind of like sits down behind like a counter, and is like, it's very much like the counter is like barely reaching like her waist, like just from her height and size. But she does kind of have her hands out and just waiting. You guys pick through, set a bunch of clothes. We'll say, like, you know, if you're buying like just one or two, might just be 1 credit, 2 credits. If you're buying like a decent handful, maybe like 5, and if you're buying a whole slew, like 10.
Do we have
There it
shoes
is.
on?
Oh yeah, good question.
Prison shoes. I guess that's
Great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull like a tank top, a pair of pants, a jacket, and some shoes.
Just a few things. Maybe just 2 credits.
Yeah. Merritt gets a pair of very large loose pants, a belt, some very ugly graphic t-shirts, and then a big, like, fully just a winter coat with like a furry hood lining. Don't know where she found it. She pulled it out. She's got it, and she's wearing it.
Okay.
I think Val is grabbing like some good work boots, and then like kind of like a sleeved mechanic jumper and like just a tank top as well.
Yep.
Oh, also like she might be digging around for like just mechanic goggles too.
Yeah. You can find mechanic goggles here. Yep. Are you looking for any toolkits as well, Val?
That's right. I don't have any of my toolkits. I have 4 proficiencies in that. Yeah,
Keyboard isn't working.
Oh, sorry.
that?
What'd you say?
Yes, on my new computer.
What's not working else?
Might be talking to someone else.
Oh, might be, yeah.
yeah.
You're looking for tools.
Yeah, hi. My keyboard isn't working. I can't log into my laptop. So that's an additional problem on top of my problems today.
No worries.
So let's just say she gets nothing.
Yeah.
She is just standing by.
Yeah, no worries. And like most of the stuff here is cheap, so you guys are able to like, it's only a few credits as you spot. But you are looking for which set of tools for Val? I know you got a few.
I think Val would be. Yeah, I think Val would specifically be looking for mechanics tools and probably a circuitry kit as well.
Okay. These will come with a firm discount. You guys have been noticing as you're kind of walking up and ringing things up, there's like little like sign that's like showing up in like a little data pad that is noting you're getting a little discount. So the clothes are just a couple of credits each, you know, nothing too crazy, honestly. Considering the quality, makes sense. But circuitry kit, mechanist tools are the real deal. They are in total gonna cost you 50 gold Val. Or 50 credits, sorry.
Is that like with my clothes too?
I'll say the clothes are cheap enough that like, yeah, you can kind of throw them together. And you see, she like thinks about it for a moment and just shrugs and rings it up as an even 50.
I think Val kind of just looks at her like slack-jawed, like, and then just sends the transfer through.
It's expensive getting good tools.
Just kind of looks at the kit. Like, are they like is it like a quality toolkit?
I mean, it's not bad. And I will say, this is with a discount. This is like double discounted down. One from me and then one from firm discount. But you're able to pull them together. And as a reminder, circuitry kit, that's a lot of what we talk about with like rewiring like physical tech. And then mechanist tools can oftentimes be more for like constructing and creating, not just like modifying. But yeah, sometimes they can also come into play with like hacking and other stuff, so just keep that in mind. But you slide that through, and everyone else just, you guys can subtract 2 credits, I'll say, for everyone else. Nothing too much. You're able to get a bunch of extra clothes. And it's only Val who unfortunately walks away with a zeroed out bank account.
How much do I spend?
Oh, it's just 2. Everyone else is 2.
Perfect.
And as you all do kind of like look around, you realize there's also a few like gear here. Like you've been looking at clothes, but there's also sets of like tactical fiber, nanofiber vests, different things like that are all throughout. So it's not just clothes. This seems to be like armor, and based off the hammering and piston too, like maybe there's like other items you can request or ask for. But I would say, seeing Val's situation, you're like, maybe budgeting is gonna have to be a little careful here. Yeah. With that, let's take a look. And the Minotaur, she kind of nods, hands you over your items, a few little simple bags. My name is Renami. If you ever need any items, commission pieces, come to me.
When you say commission pieces, what are we talking?
Armor, metal weapons, good weapons. Anything with magic and steel I can make.
Could you make a psionic helm?
With right materials, he might be able to help with those magical weapons. But I will say, you might, and I think maybe it's Val who recognized based off some of these comments that it seems that this vendor Renami might actually be a armor and craftsman, a more old school kind. Somebody who can actually make enchanted armor and items. Materials are still rare and even the void, so maybe if you can get the right stuff, you might be able to commission something from her. But when you say psionic helm, she points across, and you all see where the rustling in the other room was coming from, as there is a small, hunched-over figure in almost like a shortened trench coat, looking over a set of blasters and kind of like tossing them around and like messing with one, as you see a kobold kind of tinkering around with guns across from you.
Merritt nods and, holding her one bag with 6 items in it, walks over to the kobold.
See, he kind of like looks up, noticing you all approaching, immediately drops some of the guns, clasps his hands together, rubs them a little bit in anticipation, smiles and says, welcome, guests. Okay, you all look like you don't have anything. Perfect. This is my humble store and abode, but if you need guns or anything like a gun, I sell some swords. I'm your man. And it does seem like some of you don't have guns. Can I help with that?
I would love that.
Perfect.
So,
And you see, he starts to reveal trench coat, guns, opens a bunch of shelves, guns, and it's a lot of guns. And there are some swords. But what exactly are you looking for?
well, Merritt is only good with some weapons.
She's looking for a repeater and a psionic helm. Those are her gold standard items that she wants.
A repeater. Okay, I got a good one over here. And he's kind of like fishing around. A psionic helm. Don't have that, but might know somebody who does. If you're willing, I can try and get it through my network. Might not be today. I can get you one. You give me a little bit of time.
I would love that.
Can I do a persuasion check to make sure he actually does that?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect.
Go ahead and roll that persuasion check.
Don't fuck me. Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm good.
You've got the look of a true and honest customer, one who has a lot of long-term value. He is invested.
Beautiful.
And
We love to see it.
He kind of smiles. In terms of repeater, here's the one I've got. And he's going to put down a gun in front of you. 50 gold. There's credits. I keep saying gold. 50 credits.
I would love to buy this, but my first paycheck hasn't come in yet. Could you give me an advance?
$35 gold now. 35 gold later.
All right. Let's see.
And she makes a big show of like checking her account on her data pad. And she gives him 35 gold.
Okay. Swipe it over. Gives you a look. You seem like the honest type. I'm not too worried. But, friendly piece of advice. If you're ever in need of a little bit of extra credits, you can always go up top. It's the woman up there. One with the horns and the drinking. If you go to her, you can always sell a little bit of what you got. And he does something interesting. When he says you can always sell a little bit of something you've got, I'm going to ask everyone, go ahead and give me an insight check. He kind of taps his chest with a claw, like on his trench coat, kind of where his sort of heart is. And I think, Merit, on your insight check, and he like finishes the sentence. You can sell a little bit of what you got here, and get a bit of quick cash. At least if you're confident in a good payday, you can always pay back what you need. The woman up above that Fallon saw, that Fallon mentioned, a beautiful tiefling woman. In exchange, and he's pointing at his heart. On a nat 20, you start to piece together the lady above might be of a rather rare profession known as a soul broker. It's a job found within the Cabal, a corporation that makes its money exchanging pieces of soul for credits. And so if you're willing to sell a little bit of your soul, you can get some money, though it's a decent interest if you want to buy it back.
Oh. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
And she does the transfer.
Okay. Anything else?
Are there any like lightweight kind of looking blasters around? Anything that looks easy to use?
A repeater could be... It's another simple weapon. You can try and grab another repeater. He's got a couple. But it would probably have to be a similar thing. 50 gold now or 35.35.
Would you take 45 for it?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check. We'll see. He's getting a little bit extra from merit, so maybe he just treats you all as one group. 35.
Hmm. All right. And I'll just kind of transfer it over.
Okay. Swap your data pad. And your party now owes 70 gold to this kobold. Should you return alive.
Great.
He kind of smiles. Good doing business. And if you ever need anything, please reach out and ask for Vigley.
Vigley?
Yep. And he goes back to like tinkering with stuff. And for a moment kind of looks back. You're not with Gemini or the Knights, are you? Right?
Well, you really should have asked that before we did business. See you later.
And Merritt turns and walks away.
He just kind of like throws a hand up. He starts again fiddling through, trying to fit as many guns under his trench coat for any quick sales. But it seems like you guys can get armor, weapons, some other items here. But funds are a little low. So is there anything else you want to do? Or do you guys just kind of freshen up, get ready, and reach out to Oversight?
I want to see our house.
Yeah,
Oh.
Merritt really wants to see the view from the room.
So you go over. Been quite a few days. Might be worth taking a shower, getting ready, freshening up. You all step through into the kind of residential space, which is just like a ring at the very base of the station. And it's just lined with like these little like doors leading into the sort of units. Like think very much like hotel, motel sort of vibe. And you kind of following along with your numbers, eventually turn the keys at the door and swing open. And you see a room. Studio would be the best description. Far side of the wall, you see two bunk beds kind of lined up, like right up against each other. Kind of like one set of bunk beds, another set of bunk beds. There is thankfully, a door and all to the bathroom, which is just very cramped. Like, it is like, you feel like you're back in the 5x5 like prison space in the ship. And there is a sort of open area across from the bunk beds, living room, dining room, just the rest of your room. That's kind of what it is. Very, very lightweight and empty.
Is there a window?
There is a window. You can see it's one of the ones where you kind of activate to open. 'Cause sometimes at the wrong angle, you can get irradiated with a lot of light. So there is a little warning. But as you hit it now, you kind of have to angle where you're standing, get a view down, see the surface of Nyx many, many miles away.
I don't think I'll ever get used to that.
Being so far away from a planet?
Yeah. I only started really moving around in the last couple of years. Moving around in the system in the last couple of years. It's still all pretty new to me.
So you grew up actually boots on grass?
Yeah. Yep. Lived on a planet, and saw the sky, and breathed the air.
I was a spacer kid. This was most of my view. As a kid and for most of my life, I always lived on stations and would go down to planets for work, but this is normally where I rest my head.
Same here. I spent most of my time on ships, so there are prettier planets.
I'm sure there are.
Well, We'll have time for
Kara.
better views.
Oh, I hope so. I'm always looking to catalog more views. And Mara just keeps looking out the window.
I'm gonna shower. She'll just like stretch her arms over her head. I don't think it's been weeks on that ship? So could use one.
Probably. Yeah, probably weeks.
And I'll just go straight for the bathroom and just take a really, really hot shower. Like the steam is kind of creeping under the door.
For everything else in this station, at least the water pressure isn't bad.
Really hard water though. Like it's actually a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's so full of calcium and iron.
There's so many stains on the shower.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you all go one by one, getting ready after your time on the prison ship and then on the quick transport with Karixar. Finally, a real rest, shower, and technically they're beds, so counts for something. You all can take a real, true long rest down here and wake up the next morning. The light doesn't look too different. Still stuck here on the station. A lot of the artificial lights kind of mimic kind of biological clocks everyone's used to. But as you wake up, it's not quite to an alarm, but instead a ring of a new message coming in. Oversight kind of tapping in to the room's intercom. Well, I hope all of you had a wonderful rest and are enjoying the rooms that we have procured here for you in the Yokai Flux Station. Now, if you all are ready, it's time to explain your next task. Thank you.
Merritt nods.
Yeah. There's like that brief pause and you're like nodding as like the voice continues. We will now be conducting your background check. In order to complete your background check, we will need your help. Normally, this is a process in which we electronically go through and clear all records and traces of crimes you've committed. Fortunately, you will have a slight different background check. The four of you have been pulled in due to a cyclic check to have your crime files not only kept in a digital database, but unfortunately there are physical records of you entering the system in the Hejed. In order to complete your background check, you will need to go and retrieve and destroy the files of your prior crimes. Is that understood?
So we have to go
Understood.
to the planet?
Correct. We have located the planet that holds your crime files. This would be the planet Bastion. And for some of you, go ahead and make history checks.
We were supposed to take a long rest, right? Like I didn't do that.
Yeah, technically you guys had a chance to take long rests, but yeah, you can fully mark yourselves up. You should be topped up. Merritt and Fallon. I think Val, you're kind of just still more on like the, oh, I guess we get to head out somewhere already. But Merritt and Fallon, you were like wait, you were processed at some point on the planet Bastion before you got put on the Oda Benis.
Okay.
So it's a familiar planet to the both of you. Val, you might have been, might not have been. You're kind of just like, you know, you were.
I'm just here for the rad.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just here for the rad.
Yeah, you're just like maybe, but you got a task, and it seems like this is what's needed to unlock some further potential. And by potential for pay. And Oversight continues. Now, in order to accomplish this task, it would be difficult to procure public transit. After all, we are trying to remove your criminal record. I have instead procured the second part of your signing bonus. Please head to the Star Docks at your earliest convenience.
Fallon's eyes are just gonna go real wide and just get real excited about the potential of what's happening here.
Any questions, or do you guys just start heading on over?
Yeah, Merritt throws on her big coat and she's ready to go.
Val's all set too.
I'm booking it.
You all start heading on over to the Star Docks. You recognize the way there. Most of the denizens in the bar and the like, not too different, right? Night or day. Most of the same folks, same vendors. Some of the inhabitants kind of switch up. Some new mercenaries, some new contractors. Truckers gone. You know, new transport vehicles take their place. But as you walk up into the Star Docks, there is a ship that comes into sight. A beautiful, sleek vessel. It's kind of gold trims and almost like kind of like beige marble, like white marble kind of look to some of the metal, like Cerro steel. And you see it is sleek, medium-sized ship, and it kind of almost like has the weapons kept in very hidden sights, so it almost looks like a transport ship for nobility or, you know, people of power. But you get the sense, no, it's got some weaponry, some firepower on board as well. As you walk
That's
up,
a nice ship. Is that ours?
Is it ours?
somebody kind of walking past, one of the dock workers. No, this is another mercenary group, Moonlighters. Kind of points a little bit, and you kind of tilt your heads, and you see there's like a crescent moon symbol on the ship. New folks, right? I think a ship came in for you down that way. You walk on over, and you see a frayed, torn set of hull. Multiple points where the exterior has been torn, shot up, scorched, and ripped, and has very clear damage. Systems are probably very minimal, and even just from the look of the engine, you're hoping it's at least a Class 1 engine and not something somehow worse than that. There's a few guns, but you're kind of questioning how many of them can fire and how many times you even want to risk firing them. This. The dock worker kind of looks up. I think this is your ship. We do offer repairs here if you need it.
Just the tools.
Can it fly?
And you see, this is like the equivalent of straight up like a deckhand in like a port. Like, this is somebody who's just like does some occasional work here. Kind of looks over and says, "Yeah, a little bit of faith, a little bit of prayers. Yeah, I think you can fly. Good luck." Just kind of heads on over and gives you one last look, like he's not going to see you guys again. And I will go ahead and give a little current picture of your ship.
Boy.
But in the meantime, yeah, is there anything you guys want?
I want to go inside and I want to see if I can start maybe fiddling with some of the controls and seeing like what I'm working with.
Okay.
I think Val follows Fallon inside, and like instead of going up to the control room, is going back to like the engine room and is saying like, "Make note of anything that doesn't work right. I'll take a look at it after I'm done back here." And Fallon is just gonna go and oh my god, it's so Fallon's just gonna go and like check the engines and just if there's anything that like needs some sort of fixing, um, she's gonna try to like use vent tape and elbow grease to the best of her ability without ship maintenance tools and try to just get everything working together to at least get us through this job.
As you're looking through, you notice the hull is heavily damaged. It's about half its total maximum. There are shield systems, but they've been fully downed. You can try and attempt a regenerate shields action if you'd like. For anyone who's wants to give it a swing, it is a check using the ship's stats.
What are the ship's stats?
Great question. I'm gonna go ahead and see if this succeeds first before I send the file, because based off whether you succeed or not, I might need to change a certain number on this file. But for the strength, it does have +3. It's a hefty. It's like a gunship, so it's pretty tough.
Okay.
So whoever would like to can make this is a boost shields check. It's a regenerate shields, which is a boost check. So it's going to be d20 +3 for now.
I'll take that check.
Yeah.
Even though I've been rolling poorly, I'm sure it'll, come back and not be
Nothing
bad this
bad will
time.
happen.
Thanks. Said +3.
+3, yeah.
It's an 8.
8. So the DC is 10 or half the ship's missing shield points, whichever number is higher. So that means this DC is 21. That is unfortunately a failure. And
21.
but the way this works is on a failure, you still get to roll the shield dice. But it's just you're gonna roll. The dice for this ship is a D8. Go ahead and roll that twice, and we're gonna take the lower of 2 numbers.
Oh no!
Okay. We get 2 points of shield back on track.
We're ready, guys. We're so protected. We can do anything.
Does the comm system appear to be intact?
Yeah, to a decent degree.
Can we try to contact Oversight, perchance?
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and put in the sheet into general. It's a form fillable PDF, so you should be able to edit. Should it come up? And also, if you ever have a ship name, do let me know, and I will go ahead and add it to the sheet as well. But yeah, you go ahead and contact Oversight. Oversight rings in. Wonderful. Are you liking your additional signing bonus?
Yeah, wow, it's great. Quick question. We're supposed to fly this,
Indeed.
right? Okay, all right. So the whole appears to be in several separate parts. What is the company's stance on providing resources for us to actually be able to get this ship off the ground? Because in its current state, that's not really gonna happen.
No need to worry. We've confirmed with our expert team of engineers that this ship is indeed capable of flight, both through real space and void space. Should you acquire additional funds through successfully completing jobs, you're always welcome to use the services here at the Yokai Flux Station to repair. The engineers here will provide you a discount on behalf of the firm.
Great, thank you, Oversight. Very helpful.
And when you're ready, please go ahead and chart your course for the station aboard the planet of Bastion. I will go ahead and upload additional details to your ship's systems. Good luck.
Do we have a ship computer? Is our ship... Does it have like a personality, or is it
Oh,
strictly
no.
just a vehicle?
It is a literal computer. There is no nav AI or any assistance on board.
So, can Val will kind of like come back to the group and it's like, okay, this is a fucking shit can, but if you give me like just a little bit of time before we head out, I might be able to give us a little bit more of something here. I can try, or if we could get me better tools, it might be better, but I don't have the money and I'm not going to ask y'all for money. So it's kind of more of I'm asking if y'all are cool with me borrowing something, air quotes. If not, I can see what I can do.
Do you need someone to be a distraction while you steal? Because I can do that.
I mean, maybe. I'm still really I'm sketched about it myself too, because I don't want them to like me go and borrow some tools and then it become a big problem and we immediately lose our contracts here.
It shouldn't be an issue. As long as we don't get caught.
It's like,
Is there a flight manual anywhere on like deck at all that I can try and find?
Yeah, there's a couple uploaded to the ship's computer.
I'm gonna need some time to go through these anyways. So if you guys want to find some tools, I should be able to have us ready for takeoff by the time that's over with.
Okay.
I do also just want to note, like, above table, I have a feature to, like, jerry-rig things without tools to make them operational, but I do also have proficiency in ship maintenance tools, which would give me a better bonus to, like, actually getting things going. So my thought on that was either I could, pitch my feature with no tools and, like, maybe just get a little bit more whole HP, or just like we do a Val does like a check over and like nothing will fail on us while we're out, or B, ship maintenance tools and maybe we get a few more whole points as well.
I am fully down to do a little heist to get ship maintenance tools. I
Hell
think
yeah.
that is our best option.
Cool.
Because what if we end up having to run away in battle
Yeah.
in this shitty little ship?
We
We take one attack and blow up in space.
We got 19 HP on the ship, man. That's not good.
That's more than me, so.
Oof. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Then we can run a little scheme if you want.
What are you looking to do?
I have
Certain abilities, and she uses she like conjures her sorceress abilities in like a little display.
I can cause technology to freak out for a little bit. And we can use that to distract someone, get them away from a locker or a desk or something. Otherwise, I can try talking to them. I'm typically can be very charismatic.
It's whatever you feel like you feel best about doing, you know? I mean, I think Personally, I would think staying out of sight and your face not being seen might be best, because like if we're talking to someone and then their tools get yanked, they know you're a part of that and they know I'm a part of your crew, so
Real quick,
that might not go well.
are you
Yeah.
guys looking to get tools? Because I think you have all the tools you need to attempt checks. The issue is raw materials. Like,
Do we have ship maintenance tools?
I think. Let me double check. You. Sorry. Just double checking notes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So ship maintenance tools you would have because they do come with the ship. That part is not unique.
Oh,
Yes. So that's why like the regenerate shields action, like you can take any of those actions. The problem is most of the time when you're doing a refit, it's like you're paying for raw materials and engineers to come in and like use them. So in your case, Val, you were able to attempt the regenerate shields check. There's just straight up no more hit dice. Like it's out. So you get a little bit of shields back. The only other option you might have is to try a patch check with the hull. See if you can squeeze out something from the last 2 hull dice there.
Okay. I think like also with the state of the ship, I think Val would want to do like an investigation check, just kind of like a check of the ship and be like, okay, there's no systems that are like on the verge of failure, right?
Yeah.
And this would be kind of using the feature to make like, okay, let me just make sure that this thing on the verge of failure will at least get us on our trip and back without having a problem with it.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and give me investigation. Actually, all of you can give me investigation, technology, piloting, any sort of checks to just get an idea of, can this ship at least get you to your job and back?
I'm gonna do tech instead. Come on, I've been rolling so poorly.
The irony of Fallon's one bad roll being a piloting check.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so upset. I rolled a nat 3.
It's tough. And then Merritt, do you also want to make a check or no?
I'm thinking.
Sorry.
I could try and make a check to help the ship, or I could try to talk some of the ship repair workers into repairing our ship for a reduced price.
I'm gonna say real quick, looking at the credits you guys have, you're not sure if a reduced price is gonna get you anything either.
Listen. I'm willing to lie. I'm willing to lie to these men. I'm willing to lie to these employees. But, yeah. Okay. Merritt is going to do a check after talking herself out of actually trying to talk to a human being.
Okay.
And so, a tech check, correct?
Tech check works. Okay.
And that's a negative. That's a natural 1.
So I think, unfortunately, Merritt, you were really thinking about how do I ski my way? I gotta get something to fix this shit because you're just like, this is atrocious.
I have to do something. And I break something.
And I think on Fallon's end, there's this idea of like it's the excitement for having a ship so quickly crashing at what ship you've gotten, and all that struggle. And I think it's Val kind of with some of this more technical background, a little bit of used to working with scraps and making them function. We're on a 13. I think Val is gonna realize this works. It's like they've managed to get it just to the point of like it works, but you definitely think once you guys get some more credits, you're gonna have to start fixing it up. But at least from what the systems are showing, Bastion isn't that far. It's like a couple days travel. That's it. So shouldn't be a problem. You're in hegemony space. Could be a quick get there and come back.
Okay. Well, that would definitely share with everybody that it's like it's operational. We're not gonna be stranded.
That's good, at least.
Yeah. Really is just bare fucking minimum though. She kind of like kicks a panel in frustration and just like falls off and she just sighs and like goes to start putting it back on.
I get the feeling this firm isn't being as truthful as they seem to be.
They're a corporation. That's just kind of what they do.
I'm learning that.
Do you guys want to wait a little bit before we head out? Or do you want to go? Or what do we want to do?
We haven't rolled the whole check, have we?
You can try patch check, yeah. It's going to be a
Mm.
constitution roll. So the ship's con, I believe, is a +2. The d20 +2. DC for this is 10.
Does somebody else want to rip this, or y'all want me to do it again?
Try it. It's just a con check?
So it's the ship's con, so it's a d20 +2.
Oh, whoops. Sorry.
No worries. We'll just take the base roll. So it's 11 +2 instead of 11 +3, so 13. 13 is, let me double check, a success. So you can go ahead and roll a d8. Okay. That is 3 more hit points to the ship. You guys are up to 22. You've got 1 hit dice left.
I don't think waiting is an option. We need money to fix the ship. So either
Yeah.
we do this job and die trying, or we run some scams on this station where we're gonna be living.
You said we had one more hit dice, Rex?
Yeah. You can go for one more patch check, yeah.
I would like to do that.
So it'll be d20 again, and then it's +2. And if you guys succeed, you get to roll a d8.
So a d20.
+2, that's 17. Go ahead and roll a d8. 7. Okay. Ship's not looking bad. 29 hit points. Or hull points, I guess. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
As you guys are kind of going around the ship, kind of fixing up, making through the dented sets of steel, getting the frayed wires to connect or hopefully stop just spewing sparks all over the place. Ship's working. And it's a little harder now. Does seem like maybe you just give it a shot. It's a short round trip. And it doesn't look like you need to be in space to there's no hunting in space. You are going planet side, so it will just be a park, take care of business, and then head on out type of job.
Can I figure out the ship's call sign and registration information?
I mean, that stuff is stuff you can put down underneath it would be under one of the firm's subsidiaries, but you can choose a call sign, whatever you'd like.
Oh, we can choose it. Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's a fresh, not new ship, but it's a fresh beater. You guys get to.
It's wiped.
You get to call it whatever you'd like.
What do you want to call it?
I'm not sure. I've never named something before. Merritt's gonna think about a ship name the entire trip.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you guys don't have to choose right now. For now, you can use the kind of like temporary, almost like renter's call sign, and head on out. I will also note on the systems, because you guys have been accessing them, there is some temporary identities because you are still traveling through hegemony space with criminal records. So you got some fake profiles uploaded. You've got a rental call sign, and with that, I suppose, Falvin, you're the one with the most kind of piloting skill. Do you go ahead and head on into the bridge and lift the ship up?
Yeah, let's get us out of here.
You guys will take about 10 minutes going through some of the astronav, like calculations, letting them run. In the time, Fallon, you're doing the startup procedures. Eventually, ship's engines glow, dark matter engine active, and you start peering out the front of the ship. All the signals show clear, and despite the torn bits of hull and some of the offline systems, engine is good to go. And you begin to watch as the ship rends through real space and makes the leap over into the void. Go ahead and start traveling. Okay. As you are going faster than light, experiencing the various like kind of folded elements of space through void jump, you've got about like 3 days to reach your destination of Bastion. And as you're doing so, you do see the files that Oversight mentioned are uploaded to the ship. And kind of reading through, you see that your task, like I mentioned, is to clear your criminal records as part of your background check. And it seems that you guys had your records retained in physical copies as part of a backup process. And it's located at the Bureau of Law and Order, one of the stations on the planet of Bastion, aka the BLO. You're going to need to get into this office. This is like an archives office. Pull the files and get rid of those backups that were made. Seems straightforward for now. Do you guys have any questions as you kind of read through the task ahead of you?
Are we going to be recognized immediately?
You do have some fake identities for like porting the ship, like docking. But you kind of get the vibe you probably shouldn't walk around too freely with like yourselves visible, like on camera or anything like that.
Got it.
Yeah, you continue traveling through. Is there anything you call out about your time in void space? Otherwise, we just like skip forward 3 days. It's just some chill time.
So what'd you guys do?
To get arrested?
Yeah, I figure if we're clearing each other's criminal records, we should at least know what we were in for.
Mine, well, so I was arrested kind of on a mistake, a technicality. I was working for... Hold on, let me pull up my backstory. I was doing a job for the coalition, and I didn't do it correctly. And the thing I was supposed to be guarding went missing, so they took my freedom as collateral.
Youch.
Yeah, that's pretty big. I flew with a Merc ship for a little while, just mostly as their mechanic. They did some unsavory things, nothing bad, but just generally illegal theft and stuff like that. And being registered on that ship had a warrant out for my arrest. So after we parted ways over some, the disputes over pay, which again, not me. I just got a cut because I was the mechanic and I was still working on the ship. We all left, went our separate ways, and I was just back home working at one of the spots that I've worked at for maybe on and off for a while now, and some cop showed up and took me in to serve my warrant. I got a little bit of time added on during processing, though, because there's some people that walked up to me that weren't happy with me. What about you?
Not nearly as exciting, I guess. I may or may not have made some adjustments to a ship that I was flying that was may or may not property of, some important people. And they didn't super love that. Turns out secondhand comms devices aren't really a fan favorite. Yeah, they didn't like that very much. So, got me in there. And then, I sort of accidentally broke the cryosleep pod, which, just a series of events that landed me in poor favor.
You can say that again.
Don't you love when you just do something that's not really that deep, and then you go to prison, and then you do something in prison that gets you more time, and then you get broken out, and now you have sold your freedom to a different company, but instead of rotting in a cryopod, you're flying back in a banged up little shit can, and you're gonna go
The
clear your
people that
criminal
locked
record.
you up.
Hmm?
We're going back to the people that locked us up.
Yep. Hoping that we get out okay.
Well, look at the bright side. If we get rearrested, we just start back where we were to begin with.
I don't think they're going to break us out a second time. It seems like the only reason they did it the first time was to get I have his name written down. Korixar.
We should have kidnapped Korixar and made it so that if we got arrested, he could arrest with us too.
I think he could kill us
Probably.
easier than we know.
Yeah, that screwdriver thing was kind of scary.
And he has so many knives.
I think he's kind of cool.
Well,
No,
yeah,
he's cool.
obviously
He
he's
is cool
kind
as
of
hell.
cool.
He's got like a cool aura.
Yeah, like cool as hell, and would love to work a job with him someday. But if I'm working a job and his crew pulls up and they say no, this is ours, I'm a freelancer. I'm not with these guys. Y'all have fun.
Good to know.
I mean, we work for the same group. I don't think that we would, us four would ever come across him in that way.
Let's hope
Also,
not.
y'all haven't stolen money from me yet, so got no reason to dislike you.
And Merritt looks at you, Val.
I will never steal money from you.
I won't steal money from you either.
Okay.
Val kind of gives you like a half smile and a nod. Like a nod of approval, like, hey, you're cool.
Yes.
I'm making all the cool kids think I'm cool. Great. And I just need Fallon and Saskia to call me cool, and then I'm good.
Hey, I said you were cool.
Now I
I
just
think-
need Saskia.
I think robots are awesome.
I'm not a robot. I cannot stress that enough. I'm just partly metal.
Would it
Okay.
be offensive to Merritt if, like, Fallon's running bit was just, like, fully convinced that Merritt is, in fact, a robot and it just isn't ready to admit it?
In universe, Merritt would probably get tired of it, but out like above table, that's hilarious.
Okay.
It's very good, very funny. Have you seen The Good Place?
I have not seen The Good Place.
Well, there's a character in there who, when someone refers to her as a girl, she goes, "Not a girl." So that's just gonna be Merritt, not a robot.
Perfect.
Popping up, nope, not a robot.
I love it.
You guys are just chilling and chatting, learning a little bit about each other as you're going through space. Probably like your second day of travel as you're just chatting about. But yeah, I mean, this is a lot of times what void travel looks like. As long as systems are working, it's pretty chill. Of course, when systems stop working, that's usually when horror stories and splatters and far realm aberration, all the fun stuff happens. But for now, everything holds. There's no issues. Fallon, one of the systems on the controls starts to go off. A warning signal.
Okay.
Uh.
Does it tell me what system it is?
Yeah, it's the drive systems. The actual kind of look closer, you're like, the engine is working, but the astronav, the equations, the kind of charts you've laid out, there's errors coming up. The math is sort of like systems aren't aligning. You can give me a quick piloting, or I'll say data check on what's going on. And if anyone else, if you tell the others, they can jump in too.
Hey guys, there's a weird blinking thing for Astronav. Can I get some help with this?
It was what
Data
checks
check.
again?
You can
Data?
Yeah, you can do data, technology, piloting.
Mars, what's your bonus to piloting?
+5.
Do you want advantage or do you want me to do a separate roll? I have the same modifier on tech. You've been rolling kind of high if you want advantage.
I think I've been rolling high, but I feel like every time I try to make a piloting check is when I get my bad rolls.
Okay. I'll just do tech separately then.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, great idea.
So you're trying to read some of the data that Merritt's pulling up. Mars is showing the signals, but you're kind of approaching a little bit more from a hardware stance. You're trying to check, and it's like the systems seem to be fine. So it's, if they're not working, it's the data. If the data is the issue, as you're looking through, well, it means the input. Something with the input data is wrong. What you had planned, prepared, based off prior senses, equations. That means someone's actively changing the function of space here, actively changing the function, and all of a sudden there's a piece of technology that comes to your mind. Something that you occasionally saw and tried your best to avoid in your previous travels, Val, because it never was good news. A gravity well. Somebody is using a gravity well to pull you out of hyperspace, or in this case, void space. And as that realization hits, your ship starts to peter out. And you see the alerts going off and signaling that the end of the void jump is coming, and folded space disappears as you re-enter real space in the void. And for a moment, you just see stars and darkness as far as the eye can see. But another alert goes off. The sensors are picking up an incoming object. All of you can go ahead and give me perception checks.
Of course, I roll well now.
Okay. All of you see clear as day as you look out. One of the lights is not oh so far. It's in fact growing a bit brighter and bigger. There is a beautiful crimson paint coat aboard a large vessel. An asymmetrical make, one side heavily retrofitted with all sorts of cannons and weapons, the other side a set of engines, scanners, and operational systems, and to the base, kind of back at bottom of the ship, is the signals that you register as a gravity well, being set up as a sort of interdiction field that pulls ships passing through this lane out of void space into real space. And your comms begin to light up.
Hello?
Hello there. Looks like we've caught ourselves some fresh fish out at sea. I'd ask all of you to turn down your systems, turn off your weapons. Come on in. Have a little chat. And, if you're lucky, I'll be letting you off the hook and back out. Open oceans for you, but anything on board will be taken.
Well, lucky for you, we have nothing on board, so there's no need for us to board your ship.
Well, I appreciate this honesty, but I have to take a look myself. You all don't mind,
I do have
do
to
you?
warn you, if you continue posturing towards us, we will have to initiate evasive and aggressive actions. Are you ready for that?
I wake up every day, ready and eager to blow some hotshot pilot out of the sky.
We don't have aggressive or evasive actions.
And you see there's at least
I
like
know.
four different primary weapon systems on the other ship begin to light up.
I'm going to look to Fallon, and I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to do something, and it's hopefully going to slow them down so that we can get out of here.
Okay, I'll start going manual.
All right, and I'm going to cast... Hello! I'm going to cast Turbulence.
Okay.
And I'm going to use a sorcery point to make that an extended spell.
While she's casting that, can I start getting navigation to manual and try and re-engage our like jump systems to start heading back towards Bastion?
Yeah. So I'm gonna say as you start to hit the systems, you cannot initiate a jump while you're in the gravity. You have to leave the radius of the gravity well and then initiate.
We can get out of the gravity well.
Yeah, can we just start trying to get out of the gravity well
Mhm.
manually?
Yeah, you certainly can. This one has a range of, well, you're not quite sure. So you start pushing the ship. You got 300 feet of movement as the engines start to blare and you start to head out. And you do see the ship kind of like tumble as your turbulence spell hits, Merit. Successful. And
Yes.
you see various weapons begin to light up, and a warning shot is fired. And you all watch a beam of energy pass by, maybe like 30, 40 feet from your ship. And I'm going to say everyone can give me a quick technology check to see if they recognize what was just fired.
So, unfortunately, I can't log into my Roll20, but for any checks, can I, like, just roll manually on my dice? You just, like, I swear to God, I'm just gonna roll it manually with
You-
the dice on my end.
Yeah,
And,
okay.
Because, like, I can do Discord, I can't do Roll20 right now because my laptop is fried.
No,
I don't know why, I just bought it.
No worries at all. Manual rolls are a-okay, and it's a good time to have you because it looks like the crew and, well, the crew is all you guys, are in danger aboard this ship. As you see a beam of energy fire past, and Val, you will recognize that as an assault turbo battery. So, damage-wise, you think that clocks out at about 6d6 energy.
Okay, that's great. That's great. By any chance, I know we haven't assigned like
We're gonna
ship
sur-
roles.
Mhm.
We haven't assigned ship roles yet, but with Val's background of a mechanic and having previously worked on a ship as a mechanic before, can Val just run to the engine room and start trying to do engine tuning to kind of
Yes,
help
you
us
can.
out with that?
Go for it, yeah.
Cool.
Okay, I rolled
Combo.
a 16 on my end.
For the technology check, Val, yes. And then Val, you're heading to the engine. I think Saskia, let me double check your technology. You have a proficiency, so I think you recognize the weapon, Val, and you start heading to the engine. Saskia, I think what you recognize is the, not the weapons per se, but as you look through the scanners, past the gravity well, it's the engines on the other ship. So Merritt, you've successfully slowed them down for now, but the actual engines and equipment are higher tier than what you guys have got. Like, that might be a class 4 dark matter engine on their end. And you see everything tumbling. You're running to the engine. Fallon, you're trying to just push the ship forward. I would say, if you'd like, you can try and boost the engines if you want. Just try and, like, push, get yourself some extra speed if you want to try that.
And that would be a tech die is a D4.
For boost, I was actually going to say, because you're going to do tech stuff, I think even Fallon at the helm can do boost if you also want to do something tech related. Because boost engine is like a standard action, unless you're trying to do something to enhance it.
Well, the engine tuning action is I roll my tech die, take the result of the die, and multiply it by 50. The flying speed of your ship increases by this amount to the end of your next turn.
Got it. Okay. Go ahead, and I think, yeah, you just do it. I don't think there's anything else there's no, like, check you have to roll. You just get to roll that d4 and see how fast you go.
Okay. Here's hoping. Roll 20 is taking a second to roll.
No worries. And I will say, on the flip side, as you're doing the engine tuning, Fallon, because you said previously you're trying to push the ship a little further, you can give me a boost check. So that would be d20 plus 3, because it's the ship stats.
So it's 150 extra speed on my part.
Okay, and then 10 plus 3, 13. That's a success. That's another 50 feet from Fallon. So you guys in total just hit the engines and are almost doubling your speed. You're going from like 300 to 500 feet. of speed in this round as the ship just starts zooming off into the distance as the comms light up once more. Do you guys answer?
I don't say anything, but I do hit the
Yeah.
button for them to talk to us.
Oh, well, you guys have got quite a few tricks. You might just make it if we let you go. But I don't think I'll be doing that today.
From the engine room, like Val hits like the comms device. It's like, we are a fighter class ship that is like beat to fuck. We were just given this to us because we're random contractors. I guarantee you, you won't even find fucking scrap here. You'll just find a 5'4" redheaded bitch that's gonna crush your fucking. And then like, I'm guessing Val.
I cut off the comms.
I cut comms. Sorry, our mechanic is a little fiery. Listen, what is it you want? Like, what is it you're looking for here?
You guys are telling me there's nothing of value. But I've just realized what you're holding on to. There is something I'm after aboard that ship. One of your crew. And you see the ship on their end is going to start to, like, break free of the turbulence and start speeding up towards you.
No.
Merritt.
Mhm.
You receive a message. Not through the ship's comms.
Mm-hmm.
A message pops up. Not excited to see an old friend? And you see sent to you are a series of numbers. You see the numbers 7188.
Okay. Do I recognize that?
I think you do. A name comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Beacon.
Okay.
And I think in that moment you are like, oh, this is a completely different situation than you walked into. Because that is a friendly name.
Yeah. I reach out and I go, Beacon. Please. Please. We're doing a job. We need to get through.
And there she is. And you start to see coming through the comms, hologram image, and you see a tall, bulk figure. And just kind of smiling through. Well, gonna go ahead and have the crew stand down the weapons here. Looks like we got off on the wrong foot. We're all just a few friends. Catching up. And you do see the weapons start to fire down, and the gravity well is going to be shut down.
I call out to Fallon. It's okay. They're friendly. I know the captain.
If you're sure. And I'll just kind of bring the ship to a slow, like, idle.
I see you running with a few new friends. Happy. I was willing to take a warning shot. Not have wanted to see. What was it? Weeks worth of effort. Getting you planetside go to waste.
I
What
appreciate it.
exactly are you all doing out here? Dangerous times for open space.
Well, we're all working a job for the firm. Big leagues. Serious stuff.
Very held pause on the other end. Big leagues indeed. Contractor.
Not by choice.
circumstance.
It's usually how it is, from what I've heard. Oh. Seeing as you're an old friend, all will be welcome to move along. I trust you will keep this interaction a secret from any friends or officials.
Of course.
But, working for the firm now, where are you all running out from?
Running out from Yokai Flex. If you ever in town, say hi.
Might just do that. Quick, piece of warning.
Mhm.
Raiders, pirates, all sorts of folks, not too different from me out here. Spilling out from neutral space, even into hegemony territory. That means is an uptick in patrols, so, you're gonna have to keep an eye out for pirates and cops while you're out here.
Noted.
Yokai
Thank you.
Flux. Maybe I'll be giving you all a visit soon.
I like that.
Good luck with the junk heap you've got.
Hopefully it won't stay a junkie for long.
Hope so too, and see what I can do to help. I'll be seeing you all later. Beacon out. Comms kind of shut
Aye.
down.
Mm-hmm. Merritt just lays down on the floor. And she gets up and approaches the rest of the crew.
What was that?
Oh, an old friend. Helped get me off of Cetera when I needed to. Just didn't recognize us from so far away.
All right.
He did warn us that pirates and scavengers are spreading from the neutral zones, so there's going to be a higher concentration of patrols from the hegemony. There's going to be cops everywhere. So, it might be a little hairier than we thought going in.
Just what we needed, I guess. Some excitement.
Can everyone give me a rundown of like a 30-second what the hell is going on?
Yeah, real quick. You guys were traveling to your next job, which is on the planet of Bastion. There's physical records of your crimes, and so you guys gotta go ahead and shred those. Well, get your hands on them and then shred them, so that nobody no longer knows what exactly happened. Because the firm's taking care of the digital copies, you've got to take care of the physical. But along the way, it seems like you guys found yourselves in the tin can of a ship you have, getting pulled into a pirate's raid. But for whatever reason, this pirate is familiar with one Merritt here aboard your ship. And that friendship was giving you guys a chance at survival, as this individual Beacon sort of waves you off, and they let you go. And for all you know, maybe they're going to go hunt down another ship later. But you all are not a part of today's catch. And with that, you will continue heading through void space. Next 10 minutes, Fallon, it's easy enough for you without the gravity well to get the dark matter engine going and another void jump. But a little bit of tension remains. You gotta hurry along. The longer you're stuck in a ship like this, the more risky it is being out here in open space. But thankfully, that last day of travel There's no issues. As you all will pull up and arrive, traveling through void space, you will exit out above the planet of Bastion. No longer in immediate danger, and with your pre-established kind of forged documents and identities, the very cursory sort of glances are fine. You're not in any immediate danger right now, and you're able to get through the sort of customs patrol checks. Nothing too advanced as you make your way past. And okay. And with that, you see the city down below. A massive kind of urban sprawl that you're setting yourself into. But interestingly enough, this is something you recognize, is that Bastion, though it has urban hotspots, is actually not as populated as some other planets. In a way, it has that heavy urbanization, but at a galaxy level, it is a little backwater. It's a little small, you know, not quite the same size. All of that is, of course, relative. And I'm going to go ahead and change screens as you get an idea of just what it kind of looks like as you pull up here. You begin to pull through, arriving at the station, handling that kind of like slipping past the protocols and security. When a signal comes through, an update, as you recognize Oversight's call or signal coming through. Now, I see you all have made it to the planet Bastion successfully. Wonderful. I hope your journey is uneventful and calm. I do have to add a new component to this background check. We will be actually fast-tracking you all to have your first job today. While you're completing your background check, I will also be asking you handle a secondary piece of business. And you see like data's being uploaded to your systems, and each of you see in your data pads pictures of an individual under arrest being kind of pulled into BLO office, kind of like the station. You see it is a Dragonborn individual that's kind of being arrested and pulled in. This is a fellow contractor known as Giannis. Title amongst fellow employees is the Hyena. As of about 9 hours ago, he was arrested and brought to the same station that has your records. I would ask that you all help us retrieve Giannis, confirm what exactly the nature of his arrest, and if any information was provided, and take care of him accordingly. If you do so successfully, I can offer you a payout of approximately 1,500 credits.
Each?
In total.
Okay.
But it is a performance-based job. As always, I encourage you to go above and beyond, and as will your compensation.
All right. Just tack it on to the list of things we gotta get done today.
And as you think that through, you pull down from the ship you're heading down to planet side. You see this urban sprawl following the coordinates uploaded, heading towards this Bureau of Law and Order.
Merritt sends out like Canva to-do lists of their missions for today to everyone. It's like bullet journal style graphic design, like break in, steal our records, find prisoner, kill? ? And that is given to everyone on their data pads, so no one forgets what we're doing.
Hell yeah. And so,
What do you mean steal our records?
Well, we need to get our physical records from the station bureau where they're kept and destroy them so our crimes are wiped from the hegemony's records. So we need to break in, seal them, either destroy them there or destroy them somewhere else. Just need to get them out.
Yeah. And for now, you have the location. So how do you guys want to handle this? Are you like scouting? Are you checking? Is there anything you're doing ahead of time? Because you have like Oversight uploaded the coordinates that you have to go to.
I would love to scout. I'd love to see, like, what type of defense we're working against. Because obviously I don't think any of us really want to just strut right into the BLO office and be like, hey guys, we're here to shred our records.
Yeah.
So
trying to get a look at what the office is like as you're here towards the later end of the afternoon. And one quick important detail. Oversight, as part of the information Oversight's uploading, you're given knowledge that the protocol precedent is that criminals that are moved out, like that are brought here, it's only for temporary holding. But usually within 24 hours or less, they are moved out into more secure locations. So, don't have a lot of time as you look up and the sun's already setting. But what would you like to do, Fallon, to start scouting out the location?
I want to see if I can gauge, like, if there's multiple floors, what floor might be like a office or database kind of center that we can maybe hit first. I want to see if I can figure out where in the building holding cells are, just kind of figure out the layout of things.
Mhm.
And maybe an approximate idea of what type of guards or personnel might be here.
Okay. Yeah, you going for a perception check? It is tough.
I don't think I'm rolling good anymore, guys.
It's always like, it's the hubbub of the city, people coming and going. Most of the windows have blinds drawn. It's not a lot of clear detail. The most you understand is that it seems to be a 2-story building based on the coordinates that you're kind of following. There's an alley out back, but you know, angle's a little tough to try and check it out without also yourself being spotted and, you know, giving away your intention. So I'll say, unfortunately, Fallon doesn't find much, but the rest of you, if you also want to add on checks to this to help or to also see what you can find, you can do so.
I want to try and find as much information as I can about the layout of the prison, through like the various data channels we have access to.
Okay.
I'm Googling everything, seeing if I can find the blueprints online.
Yeah, like scouring through, are there records? Are there like blueprints maybe before a building got updated or part of the plans? Like anything you can find.
See if there's a company picnic picture where I can see who the employees are.
Hell yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, give me a data check.
And that's a 9.
You see the most common pictures are people out front, and it seems like there's a small, it's not like a full set of stairs, it's just like, you know, a couple steps that lead up, and there's a main reception area where most people come in, have questions answered. Seems to be some sort of, like, from the pictures, like automatons, like droids in the back that kind of handle some of the basic questions. It's like physical IRL chatbots. But
Okay.
you haven't really quite seen a lot of pictures of the inside of the building, outside of just in some hallway, like smile and pose pics, but no doors visible, nothing like that.
Okay.
Yeah, anybody else too want to toss in?
Can Val try to like find some low level like access point to try to get in, like sync to the like a cleaning robot, like a Roomba inside of this building, and try to strip the like blueprints from that, or without like causing any alarms or anything like that too?
You're trying to almost like see if there's any utility services you can get into.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Without entering it.
I think this might be, we'll say, because are you trying to approach from a technology perspective? You want to find something physical, or are you kind of doing similar to Merit, like going through an online service or like through the web?
I think I was trying to angle like more so like physical.
Okay.
Like it is a little bit like techy, like
Yeah.
data-y, but I'd be fine with either. But it's like specifically what I'm doing is trying to find like you know how like in Cyberpunk there was those little like access panels that you could like slot into and do the like puzzle, and then it would give you either information or allow you to like unlock stuff. Like that's kind of what Val's going for here.
Okay. I'm gonna call this let's call this 2 parts, because you gotta find like some of the like utilities or anything like that, and then try and tap in. So go ahead and give me investigation into technology for Val.
Okay. 12.
That's also intimidation, just in case they're different bonuses.
Oh. Yeah, they are definitely different bonuses. My bad.
Nice.
Investigation, you said?
Yes.
However you roll that.
Okay. Sweet.
So 14.
Go ahead and give me technology after that. Yeah, you are actually, because you're waiting towards the evening, you see some of the janitorial services stepping out, and it's one person kind of handling a couple of cleaning bots, and in the moment they go to like find their vehicle, some super small like 2-seater, you go ahead and quickly tap into one of them. It's a very quick data hack, pulling some of the information, and all it is like patterns of movement. And so you're not quite sure about contents, right? You're not getting any of the visual cues, but you are getting at least a movement, right? And you get the general layout is there's that entrance, right? What Merritt was able to kind of clock through some of the pictures. There seems to be a hallway that cuts across, and you can almost think of the station as 2 halves. Top half is a lot of like the desks, the briefing, it's very open spaces. So you kind of get the idea maybe it's offices, especially with how much the cleaning is taking on there. And then the bottom kind of half of the building, or bottom right, I should say, the cleaning bots actually don't go into that frequently. But that actually makes you feel like that's because it's more high access, like more restricted. So they let the bot into the top left to do its cleaning routes, but not so much the bottom right. So you're starting to get a picture. Bottom right might be more restricted areas. Top right maybe is where there's more people, more stuff, hence cleaning's happening more often there.
Okay, cool.
Is there
sorry. Go ahead.
Is there like an access point that we could look at, maybe from that alley, that we could try and get down to the bottom right through?
Okay. Go ahead. I'll say, Fallon, kind of feeding off that access point information, do you want to go ahead and give me an investigation check?
I sure do.
18. Hell yeah. So I think now with like the information your teammates are pulling through, you think about the back, like kind of this alley, and you guys are able to kind of find your way through one of the buildings, like a little bit away, but with a clear vantage point, tapping in, investigating. It seems to be like it's a very tight alley, and there's a camera out back, but you occasionally see BLO officers coming out, taking like e-cig breaks, things like that. But you get the idea that there is a door from the alley into the building, sort of like a back entrance, not really open to the public. The alley's kind of closed off. But from what you can see on an 18, Fallon, is they seem to scan, like badge, their way back into the building. So the front entrance, based off what you saw, Merritt, doesn't need a badge, at least to just get in, but it's also more visible. You saw there was like the automatons in that front lobby. There's also cameras in that front lobby. The back entrance in the alley just has one camera and a scanner.
I think I have an idea. I think if somebody can maybe do something to that camera and potentially set it to like a loop while the alley is empty, then the next time a guard comes out to take their little e-cig break, we can jump them and get the badge and get inside the back entrance without being caught on camera.
I can make us all invisible to constructs. Would a camera classify as a construct?
I would say for the purposes of this, you could try and make like a check with your spellcasting ability to see if you can kind of like, you know, boost it up a little and guarantee invisibility from cameras too. It's like very similar, right? I think you'll get advantage no matter what on stealth checks, but if you succeed, you'll get like full invisibility as well, like where you don't even have to roll.
Perfect. So I can do that. That takes care of the cameras. And if we can find a way to open the door, then we don't even have to wait.
Val, do you think there's a way you could jerry-rig something together to get that door open?
Like, I could try to see if I can unlock it. That might be more of like a physical lock, though. I could try. I probably have to get up close to it and take a look at it first, though.
Yeah, I'll add, Val, because of your proficiencies, I think you recognize the most straightforward way to hack into it, because it's like a scanner system, would be a data check. But you could also try, if you're up close next to it, to mess with the circuits, jerry-rig in, and kind of do a technology hack. But it would be a slightly higher DC.
Mm-hmm.
What I can do is, from memory, because I don't have my roll 20 up, I can do a ritual cast of detect magic, and from that I can tell what kind of magic or technology in this case is powering this thing. And so maybe whoever is deactivating, like whoever it is, like Alice, Fallon, or Val, whoever like does the deactivation or the hacking itself, will have a better idea, like maybe give them advantage on that. So it'll take 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's a good call. Detect magic in this scenario could improve your chances of seeing cameras, systems, things that might be a little bit out of sight. And I will real quickly note that Saskia also has a little friend that could come into play if need be.
That's right. Unit 13.
So there is a little extra scouting tool if you guys want to use that as well. But for now, it does seem like you're aiming for the alleyway, the back entrance.
Yeah. So whoever's going next, Unit 13 will hop on your shoulder and give you advantage on your next check.
If we're going with the back, I'm casting Perception Hack on all 4 of us and Unit 13.
Okay.
So Unit 13 is invisible to constructs as well.
Hell yeah. A little stealth construct himself. So you all are going to go head towards the alley. I'm going to ask, as you cast the spell, could everybody go ahead and give me acrobatics and athletics to jump over the alley kind of wall or fence and get into the back. So to even kind of get into that alley, is everyone do? It's like, and it's going to be a group check. So just how everyone does. And then Elsa, you can just roll a d20. I've got your modifier up in front of me.
I think acrobatics I have +2.
Yep.
So I'll just do that. That's what I remember.
Mhm.
I'm just doing all this from memory, guys. I'm really just freeballing.
No, you're
Okay.
good.
That's a 4.
Okay. 4 and then +2, 6. But everyone else is doing a pretty good job. So Saskia, I think there's like a moment where you're like struggling and you are going to get a little boost from, it seems like Merritt and Fallon are going to kind of help boost you up over the fence. And then you guys almost do your, I mean, you roll really well. So the rest of you just parkour your ways over. No problem at all. And kind of landing down, I'm going to ask that Merritt, you go ahead and give me that either Arcana check or a Charisma check. Like flat Charisma or Arcana. And this is for the magic, like to get.
Yay!
Yeah.
We love to see it.
You guys are invisible. Not a single camera or construct is going to catch you in this entire building. You're all good to go. And is that a concentration spell, Merritt, or?
Yes.
Okay.
The entire time she is concentrating on it, her eyes are glowing like an electric green, and you can see like moving shapes under her skin a little around her hands and fingers.
Okay. And with that, that's when you are unseen. You step forward. You guys waited. There's no officers out back right now. I guess turning over to you, Val, you want to try and hack into the back entrance?
For sure.
And I'll add that unit.
Yeah. So you. Go ahead.
Real quick, that Unit 13, like under Saskia's orders from before, is gonna hop on, and it is a construct cat, so it does kind of have these little mechanical parts that kind of like start fitting in and helping you out as you try and circuit your way in.
Okay, so you said data would be more direct, but tech is possible just at a higher DC.
Yep, just a slightly higher one, like +2.
Okay. Okay. Well, that kind of makes it just like an even roll with the difference of modifiers. I'm gonna go with tech.
And you'll get advantage from Unit 13.
Okay. Wow.
17 and 17. I mean, this is Bureau of Law and Order. It is a decent beefed up security. 17 is enough to succeed in hacking through. As you start wiring through, almost like pulling up the scanner, like messing with some of the internal circuits, getting the kind of like signals to clear past, and you see it starting to flash green as you all have a quick couple-second window to step in. And stepping into the office, I'm going to ask everyone to make stealth checks. And
What's my stealth?
Saskia's is a +2.
Okay.
We're all rolling really well now. We were saving them until the end.
Yeah, you'll step through nice and quiet.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Yes!
Okay.
I swear to fucking God, it was a nat 20. I swear to fucking God. I'll get my laptop back online, but that was a 20.
You guys are silent as you creep through. And in good notice, because I believe Val and Fallon, you both have proficiency with perception, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you hear a bit of whirring up ahead and the sounds of somebody's voice. I'm going to go ahead and move us on over here. You all are stepping through the back entrance up here. For clarity, it's up here.
Okay.
And I'm also going to reveal, because Merritt, you did find the pictures, so you do know what the reception area looks like.
Perfect.
So each of you kind of slinking through. I will say on the highest stealth check here... Oh, that would actually be Saskia with the nat 20 for 22. Saskia and Val will peer around the edge, and you see where the sound is coming from. A officer is standing in front of a vending machine and seemingly muttering to themselves as they're like putting in credits and then turning over and trying to get some water from a cooler next to the vending machine, and just kind of sitting there looking through, and they seem to be really taking their sweet time trying to pick from the vending machine. And you guys, I'll say with your perception and your very high stealth, turn and notice it's a vending machine full of donuts, and he's just sitting there trying to pick which flavor. And all you're kind of hearing him mutter is like, "They a glazed day or a chocolate day? No, he wanted to be adventurous." And he's gonna start like looking down. And yeah, just a night shift officer trying to pick out a snack. And I will note, you guys see a door here and a door here, and the hallway continues further down, and there's a few more doors there. Go ahead and reveal. What do you guys want to do? And remember, with your nat 20 on the spell, you're hidden from cameras. So it is just physical eyes, though, can see, like people.
So when I got like the cleaning bots thing, was it like through this door right here that it was like there's a cut to the right and then there's a cut to the left?
Yeah, like the bot said pretty much this whole like top area was like where it was doing most of the cleaning. So maybe that could be where people are. And everything down here was more restricted. It rarely came here.
You're muted.
There was a door, like, here? There, okay.
Yeah, each of those kind of like gray things. Let me try and reveal them a little better.
I see him.
But yeah, so all of you are kind of in this space behind this corner. And there's just a officer ahead of you fumbling around with the vending machine. Your choice where you want to go.
Like this. Oh man, I can't figure out how to.
For pinging, you can go ahead, and if you just hold down your left click, it should ping. And the color will correspond. Yep.
Okay, cool. But like this whole area was like the confidential area?
Correct.
Okay.
When we approach these doors, the ones you pointed out to us, do they move at all, or are they like, do we have to open them?
Give me a... So I think this one is going to be a little tough because that's where the cop is, but...
Yeah.
Or the officer is. You can try... You want to check this door?
Yeah, let's check that one first.
It does not have a scanner. And you are actually able to push open this door without any effort to see a bathroom.
Close that door.
Okay.
I found the bathroom.
That's great. You know, sorry.
No,
Val just like, go Good.
It's because Val has perception that I'm gonna call this out, Val and Fallon, because when Merritt opens the door, she doesn't realize this, but the two of you are like, you kind of hear the sound of someone breathing, and like the tap of a data pad, and the sound of like it's like a video with the volume turned down playing, and you're like, oh, there's someone in there.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you guys want to go like guns a-blazing, or are we trying to like stealth this? Like, what's the deal here?
Since only 2 of us have guns, I think probably not the best idea to go guns blazing. Guns as the last resort.
Okay. Then I'm gonna do something freaky. And we're just not gonna talk about it, okay?
What?
Okay.
Ayo. What?
Normal thing to say.
I'm gonna telestep through this wall right here. I wanna go in here.
Okay. So you press a hand against the wall, and what does it look like as you telestep?
Every time is kind of different.
Mhm.
It sort of mimics, if anybody's seen like the NASA photos of like the big dying galaxies, where sometimes they're blue and gorgeous and sometimes they're crazy. When she puts her hand up against this wall, because she's focusing on it and doing it, not trying to do it quickly, it almost looks like she sort of goes this wavy, pixelated blue-green, as she just sort of phases out of sight of the crew.
And yeah, I think last time nobody really got a chance to see your telestep, so now though, in full view as watch as that happens, and it's a experience like you described where it's so kind of twisting the normal physics that your eyes are used to seeing. I think most of you get a little migraine, but it's like, it's not like it's actually harmful, but your brain is just trying to process what it's seeing.
That is cool.
Saskia's like, what the fuck? As she watches her meld into this wall. And she like blinks a few times. She's like, okay. Okay, that was cool. That was normal. Normal times.
And on the other side, you see, Fallon, a cramped room containing a desk, a control panel. It seems to be set against a large one-way mirror. The other side of it is a space with a lone mechanical chair, kind of heavy restraints on the arms, and a helmet, covered in various electrodes. And there's signs of scratch marks along the armchairs.
Thick fucks. Okay. Can I investigate this desk and see if I can figure out like what kind of data or like what's going on in this room besides the obvious torture chamber of it all?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, you can give me a data check, trying to read through, or even investigation.
Damn.
I mean, some of it is accessible, but it's like older entries. I think even on an 8, all you see is like some simple notes, like nothing confidential, but just a note about a decision made to not check Giannis as of now.
Okay.
There's a little bit of an open debate, and then all of a sudden there's like a record saying, procedure decided against.
Procedure. Is there any more information on what the procedure is?
I think your initial guess is right. This is some sort of interrogation chamber. and
Okay.
one that is not just questions and answers alone, but a little bit of magitech enhancing that ability.
Okay.
I'll say you're not like reading the signals, but you can see like where it's supposed to read brain waves, things like that. Something to do with interrogation.
Gotcha. Does it say anything about where the files are stored?
I'll say, unfortunately, on an 8, you're not able to piece any of that together. You just see like that surface level, like kind of like what the open like entries were on.
Gotcha.
Where do you want to go from here? You guys have Fallon has disappeared from sight into the next door room. You know there's an officer somewhere in the bathrooms, and the officer outside is now debating between trying blueberry for the first time, cinnamon, or a curler.
Well, we got to get over to where Fallon is at least, right?
Saskia's like curled up in a corner and she's like willing this guy to like get cinnamon. Get cinnamon.
Val just like gives her like a pitiful look, and it's just like, okay, I guess I'll deal with this the way that I normally deal with things. And we'll try to sneak up behind this guard and grapple to try to silence him, and then I'm going to unarmored attack after that too.
Val, you start to approach. You still have your stealth from before, and you see the guard punches an enter key onto the vending machine. And out comes a blueberry donut that he picks up, and as you're walking up, you see this guy take a sip from the water, look at the donut, kind of do a little like almost like booyah to himself, and like take a bite and start walking down away from, like, he does not notice you. The whole time he's like facing away as you're about to go for like this like killing move, and he walks over and starts to scan his badge at this door.
At what door? This one?
The one, yes, it's down there.
Okay.
In that case, Val's gonna stay out of sight and like kind of follow him up to the door. And as soon as he's through it and it kind of starts to close, Val's gonna like try to athletics like catch it and like hold it open, and then signal the rest of the crew to come on.
Okay, go ahead and give me an athletics check. What I'll say is the DC for you to get through is not hard. It's just a real quick stop. But to hold it for everyone to get through, that's going to be tougher. Because you can recognize this is like more automated than like a pure, swing door. Okay. So what I'll say is 10 is enough for you, and then we'll just scale up. Okay, perfect. So
Dang.
Val, you're able to hold the door long enough for one of your teammates to go through. Who's going to jump through? And I think right now it's between Merritt and Saskia. Because Fallon, you're in the interrogation room kind of reading through the controls there.
I'll go through since I can see the Roll20 map.
Okay. Fallon on the other side. Saskia, you're out in the hallway. So I will also reveal, for those of you that... a remaining piece of the hallway, the door at the far end. And with that, as you slip through into this room, you do see immediately, Val, there is a desk that the officer is heading towards that if they sit down at, they're going to be facing towards the entrance. What do you do?
Same move that I was going for initially, but trying to do that while I still am behind him before they sit down to look at us.
Okay. You are still stealthed. Go ahead and give me an unarmed strike at advantage as the officer kind of out loud goes, oh, not bad.
Right. Oof.
Go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay. And it would be one die is maxed out, and then I do another one on top of it, right?
Yeah, so I think your unarmored is normally what damage dice?
It's a D4 plus 2, so that'd be 6 off rip, right?
Yes, now it'd be like 4 plus 2, 6 plus d4. Yep.
Okay.
So
That might have added the plus 2. I don't know if we had that again.
let me go ahead and double check. Yeah, that just added the plus 2, so we'll add plus 4. So that's gonna bring it up to 9. And what is your
Cool.
sneak attack damage as of now?
2d6.
So you're gonna add 4d6 on top of this. And if there's any exploits you want to toss in, up to you. Because any on hits will get doubled as well.
Gotcha. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna disarm him of his donut.
Okay. He also does have a gun
That
by
is
his
so
side,
nuts.
by the way. There is also
Oh,
a real
okay.
gun.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
I did
yeah,
want to
yeah.
clarify. When you said donut, I was like, okay, they are officers. They have guns. They do have guns. Like, that is a
I
thing.
was just
What
like, I
an
just need to disarm
asshole.
him for something.
Yeah.
Val really
so-
just wanted his donut.
Blueberry donut? How dare you?
No.
Okay.
It is my constitutional right to reach for the officer's gun. And I'm gonna...
No shit. Oh my god. Are you a sovereign citizen or something?
I am Val
Val
considers
is.
herself a sovereign citizen. She has no respect for authority.
Is that a strength saving throw for that disarming strike?
I've left beside me.
Uh.
I'm the Joker.
Yeah, that's a straight saving throw.
Okay. I'm gonna give him disadvantage. I did explicitly say he was eating a donut and did not have his hands on the gun. Okay. Donut, if you had reached for that, he would have nat 20. But you reach for the gun, and he gets a 10. So he will fail.
I love how he nat 20s on the donut.
Yeah. The flat
He
roll
has
is a nat
priorities
20.
straight.
Yeah.
That's
So
valid,
bored, too.
honestly.
So yeah, I think on a
Well.
10 that's a fail. So you go ahead, add double exploit dice as well. So it's what's your exploit dice? Is it D4 or D6 right now?
It's just D4 right now.
So that's gonna be, we're at 9 damage. You're gonna add 2d4 and 4d6.
Christ. So 46. I roll these 46 and these 2d4.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those will be rolled.
Okay.
Okay.
6.
21 plus 9, 30 points of damage. What does it look like as Val takes this officer out in one move?
I feel like she just kind of like walks up, and while he's distracted, she just like takes the gun and tosses it aside, and he kind of turns back to look at the noise, and she just like southpaw, like right in the throat, and he just like falls over, coughs up some donut, and just collapses.
Yeah, there's just like one chunk of like half-chewed donut hit, and then his head hits the desk, and he just kind of rolls down onto the ground, water cup spilling over, and he's out, instantly out like a light.
Good job.
Thanks.
I'm gonna check
Do you
out
have
the
a gun?
cells. I do. I pull out my my repeater.
All right. That was also
I have my finger on the
pocketing
trigger.
The-
Bad trigger discipline.
you take off this guy's body a repeater as well.
Nice.
Val's gonna just like stow both of those, not on her person, but just like to give out to anyone else. And then Val is also gonna look at Merritt and say, "So we keep our finger off the trigger unless we're ready to use it. It's just you just don't want to accidentally fire it into the. There you go. Perfect. Great."
What the hell was that?
And like there's like a little bit of like tension on her end too.
Yeah.
Like when she's saying that.
And you hear a voice as you're saying the what the hell is that is a voice from the rest of the room as you realize you're in a set of, let me make sure as I reveal, It's holding
Oh,
cells.
thank God.
Okay. I go to the first one and I look through. I don't see a dragonborn.
No, you see a goblin woman kind of just like lying there, like just throwing some little like looks like a little piece of metal, like a coin, up and down, and then she kind of looks over and tilts her head.
And then I back away from the window and I take the next one.
You see, kind of back against the opposite wall, sitting on the bed, is a dragonborn individual. Green scales. Still kind of has some of his attire on, but not any of his like weapons or armor.
Mhm.
And then he looks up and tilts his head as he sees you. What do you do?
Does he? We got a picture of the guy we're looking for, right?
Yep.
This looks like him.
Yep, this is the same green scale dragonborn.
I go, Yanis?
He like gets up, you hear the squeak of the bed. Who might be asking? You don't look like
Your
an officer.
employers.
Oh. The firm.
Yes.
Did you perhaps talk when they brought you in?
Yeah. I can.
I asked, did you?
Oh, sorry. Come on. I'm a contractor. This close to being an associate. No, I'm not one to spill the beans.
Good, I don't have to kill you then.
And Merritt is going to go about unlocking his cell door.
Val, are you doing anything while Merritt says this? Because all
I
you...
think Val's gonna.
Sorry,
Huh?
go ahead.
Val's gonna check this computer over here to see if we can find if this has access to our information, or if I can figure out more about the building as to where to find that.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a data check. As you start trying to search into the computer,
I'll give you advantage on that data check. Unit 13 is gonna hop on your shoulder.
you just
Cool.
kind of see Unit 13 bend down, tongue out, and that just turns into a little USB as he plugs in, and just kind of licks the computer. Unfortunately, on a 9, might not be enough. You kind of looking around because there's still some other access issues coming up. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
you're like, shit is rough. There's none of the notes here seem relevant. I mean, yeah, maybe like your only other option here is right the officer that you knocked out unconscious or the inmates themselves.
I mean, I'm flying blind. Like,
Mhm.
I just have the Discord up. I can't see the Roll20, but I'll just support Val in the endeavor to get data out of this computer, wherever it is. So I'll try to do a data check as well.
Okay, and I'll actually say because of Unit 13 stepping in to help, I think, Val, you realize like you might want to get Saskia into the room, and you're like, how did you enter the room in the first place? The officer badged himself in.
Mhm.
And I think
So I would take the
We have a badge.
you guys
yeah.
swipe the badge. Saskia, you can now just walk into the room. And go ahead and make a data check as you also try and hack in. On the other side, Merritt, you're kind of like walking on over to get a badge or key to like open the cell door.
Yeah. Like, roleplay wise, Saskia is just like, she's ducking under corners. She's like hiding her ears. She's like trailing after whoever is coming into the room first, like trying to take cover. You can tell she's definitely not used to this level of infiltration. Like, she's just trying to live. And so, I'll do a data check
Yeah.
because that is something she can do. So she'll like kind of zoop right beside Val and try to do a data check.
And I will say, yeah, the
That's
invisibility.
an 18. 18.
Perfect. On the dice?
Yep.
Then that's going to bring you up to
I
a
can't.
21.
I can access roll 20. I'm so sorry.
No, you're
I
good.
swear next week it'll be like right now it's just honor system, but next week I'll be back to using the roll 20 dice.
Hey, okay. You're always good to use physical dice. Your modifier is a +3, so that's going to bring you up to a 21. So Saskia, you kind of come in, and now that you're here, Unit 13, it's working a little bit better here, and you start typing in, getting into the systems, you have the badge, access and all. Val, you and Merritt are just like looking down at the cup, the donut. Well, you found the prisoner you're here for. You start heading over. And at the same time, Saskia, you pull up the latest files, and I'll actually ask, sorry, I said you guys were heading over, but Merritt and Val, do you wait to see what Saskia pulls up, or do you go to open the cell first?
Merritt will wait.
Okay.
Now that she sees like Saskia pulling up like files and like information, she's gonna wait
Okay.
because she just realized he could have lied to her just then.
You find out that there is something called a records room here in the office. You need a detective badges clearance though to access it. And this was just an officer. So you need a higher level of influence. Now, on a 21, you are able to get into some of the systems. And I'm going to say, go ahead and pick low or high, Elsa.
Ooh. So this session, I've rolled 2 high and 1 low. So I'll take a high.
Okay.
Rolling on that high.
Go ahead and actually you pick, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah, so you get full access as you're coming in, hacking in, and a few little bits of the kind of bits of technology at the tip of your hands, Elsa. Oh, sorry, Saskia. Kind of feeds into commands in Unit 13, who now fully kind of like almost goes rigid into almost like a mechanical mode. And you see spyware, the kind of viruses all spreading through the system, and you get full camera control over the entire precinct.
Hell yeah.
All right. Hell yeah. All right. Saskia, like, whistles. I can't whistle in real life, but, like, you know that thing where, like, people put their fingers in their mouth and they, like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, she'll do that. And alert everyone in the vicinity, everyone in her party, at least, and be like, hey, got something good over here. And kind of usher them over so that they can see as well.
And as you call them over, you've got camera controls, you can see everywhere, but you're still pulling up files, and because you rolled a 21, you pull up the file with the name Giannis. At least, it's not the criminal files, but it's like the booking files. And there is a phrase that stands out to all three of you as you look at this computer. And you remember what Oversight said about temporary holding. And you see it says, scheduled to be transported tomorrow morning, destination, protective custody holding, key witness, and informant.
What's bro
I think-
protected from?
I think Saskia would, like, swipe right past that and look for any data on ourselves, like me specifically, or the team members.
There's some booking information, but your actual physical files are in the records room. But
Okay.
Fallon, to your point, and I'd say at this point, Fallon, you could have rejoined the rest of the group. protective custody, well, that would only make sense if he was in danger of, like, getting killed by
someone.
somebody.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, he'd only be in danger if he was giving information away, and he'd only be giving information away to the cops, right? I think, Mary, you might question how truthful he was.
Merritt's gonna walk over to his cell. Hi, Giannis. So, I found your file. You're an informer?
Come on. In a situation like this, you just gotta feed a little bit of false information. Get these suits all excited. Lead
Can I
them
make
down
an
a trail.
insight check?
Yeah.
That's a 10.
Yeah, makes sense. Good way to get out of prison time.
Val's gonna come over and kind of like lean against the like entrance to the jail cell and be like, "Hey, so Merritt here's really nice. She's great. She's awesome. We were told to come over here and get you out, and I just want you to understand something, that right now, if you are honest with both me and Merritt, and don't try to play the nice innocent one, we can probably work something out if what you're saying is true. But if what you're saying isn't true, and we find out on this job, it's going to be a problem. If it's found out after this job, you're not going to deal with us. You're going to deal with the other friend that we broke out that really, really likes knives. And I saw him double bounce a screwdriver off of 2 different walls into a dude's ear. So who do you want to deal with is what I'm asking you.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
It's not any better. Oh! Wait. What is that on
Can
the
I give
die?
advantage?
What did he roll?
I don't know.
Actually,
not
wait,
proficient.
hang on.
I think
Hang on, let me check something.
they got,
I don't have roll 20. What did he get?
I
A
think
12.
Val got a 12 points.
Hang on, let me check
You're
something.
missing Tyrion, aren't you?
I really am.
Is-
I really am.
Is there a way I can share my screen with the channel so that
That is a good point. I do believe you can via Discord. Yes.
yeah, there we go. Now you can see roll 20.
And I will also add to that point, I'll say Merit because you made the insight check, but you're in the same moment, you're kind of like focused on that. But I will say Val and Saskia are here. They can give advantage. So if you want to roll one more time, Val, you can go for it. Because the whole crew's kind of behind you, so I feel like there's an added factor, you know.
We're all big and scary when together.
Exactly.
Also,
I think, like, honestly, like, Saskia, like, she's really just off to the side trying to do the data. Like, she's
Mhm.
tapping on a keyboard, doing, like, helping that. But, you know, if you're really trying to intimidate this guy, she'll send a unit 13 over to you and give you advantage.
Little hiss
Okie
from the
dokie.
mechanical cat on your shoulders. Yeah. Go for another intimidation check.
So what keeps happening is that I have a feat that makes my minimum roll a 8.
Yep.
And that was actually a 4 and a 2 on the die. So
yeah.
What feat is this? Tell me that your secrets.
That's rogue magic.
It's a ruffian rogue thing.
Yep.
I think it's shakedown.
Shakedown. Hell yeah. Yeah, if you ever want to be good at stuff consistently, you gotta go rogue or bard. That's always the move. But unfortunately,
All right.
you're definitely laying it on, but I think what happens is it's not that your threats aren't real. Giannis kind of smiles. Let's say you're right. Let's say I've croaked. Even a little bit of information I shouldn't have. You wouldn't know what it is, where it is. Certainly wouldn't know if I've got any contingencies ready. Maybe messing with me isn't your best option.
The thing about that is, we weren't told not to mess with you. And I'm sure the person who told us to break you out or deal with you wouldn't really care if you died. So, you can either be honest and upfront with us now, or Val will go in there and I saw her kill a guard with one punch.
Little word of advice. Manager doesn't care if you die either. So come on.
Good things we're not the ones in the cell.
You'll see he
Can
just
we-
kind of waits.
Can we call our contact real quick?
Oversight? Yeah.
Yeah, can we call oversight?
Yeah, a quick manager call.
We step away from the cell to have this
Yeah.
quick conference call with our boss.
When oversight answers, Val doesn't even say anything. She just like it's like just like the awkward like under the chin angle of FaceTime, and then she just flips the camera and shows the like
The file.
data where it says that the file where it says that he stitched, and she just says, "What do you want to do about this?"
Oh, that is unfortunate. Do not entertain employees, contractors, or associates giving away firm information to outside sources, and that includes, unfortunately, police and officials. I would ask that you please identify what exactly Giannis has given away, any information, details, items, return them to firm possession, and eliminate our ex-employee.
While they're on the phone with this guy, can I sneak around this like catty corner here and try and get into the records room?
Yeah, you can try and make a technology check to break your way in.
If I'm in the room, can I open the door from the inside freely?
I think if you succeed from a technology standpoint, you're effectively like hot wiring it, so yes. I think there'd be like a window for, at least like minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes to like keep it open.
Okay.
You're attempting to hotwire, and a brief little, like, beeping starts to go off. Not like full alarm systems, but it's like a little bit of beeping, like maintenance. And your, something I was going to bring up before, incognito here, how hidden you are, your counter starts to tick down. But you guys have been doing a really good job, so nothing's actually... you one-tap the guard, you've been fully invisible to cameras, so you've quite literally been like ghosts, but this is the first time that there's a little bit of sound and stuff that's off normal, and your counter's going to drop from an 8 to a 7. And the lower it goes, the more likely, you are to get caught, and the more it might escalate to a full-on high alert.
If I'm just in the room, can I just open the door from the inside? Like, does the key card only work from the outside? And it's a normal door from the inside?
It's like, effectively, because your key card isn't good enough to get into the records room, FYI. Yeah, so as long as you hack in, though, do a technology check, you can keep it open from the inside, outside, whichever it is. But you just need to succeed once to get it open.
Well, we gotta at least find the information first. So our records are probably in that room as well. So I think Val would just put Yanis on hold and go and try to help get into the record room.
I will say, Val, you see Yanis step away from the cell, put his hands up to his mouth, and get ready to yell.
Val's immediately going into the cell and is immediately grappling, and part of this grapple is going to be hand over mouth.
Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and ask, what is your... can you go ahead and give me a quick insight check? As you step into reach, Giannis's held action will go off. And you see from behind his back is a knife. Not a fancy dagger, but it is a knife. As he goes to stab forward. And we are gonna go ahead and let's make this fainting. Go ahead.
I didn't mean to say that. Sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw for Val.
Okay, this is not good.
This attack roll is going to come in at advantage. Okay.
I am also going to go ahead and, if you'll allow it, I'm going to use my last exploit die to try and parry this.
You will not need to spend that exploit dice.
Heard.
Yes. Because unfortunately, this is a nat 20 coming your way.
Oh, guys.
Oh no!
Go ahead and give me a strength or dexterity saving throw, your choice. Okay, that's at least a success. So you will not take bonus damage from that. You will take it from this. And I'm going to go ahead and use Dread Strike. Sacrifice some... Because you see, it's the blade, before it even reaches your chest, already has a little bit of blood along its edge. So I'm going to go...
This guy's a freak.
See ya, Blood Hunter.
No, not quite. He is, and I'm gonna add 2d4 of this, and I'm gonna add... Okay.
Do any of us hear this going on, like the scuffle?
Yeah, I think Merritt and Seski... Well, Seski is at the computer, Fallon's at the door, but Merritt, you directly see this happen as, like, Val, you step in to, like, stop him, and then he goes immediately for the stabbing strike, and he rolled kind of low on the dice, unlucky. So you're gonna take 9 necrotic, 7 poison, and the piercing is 10 piercing.
Dog. Okay. That's cool.
And
That's a nasty stab.
you see, not
Yeah,
too different
it's
from
not
you.
great.
This does seem to be a fellow rogue as he stabs into your chest.
Can I respond?
Yes, and technically, because that was his like held reaction, he like stabs in. Go ahead, and we're gonna just do. It doesn't have to be full initiative roll, but it's just to see how fast everyone reacts. And so go ahead and roll initiative, because if he rolls higher, that was his held action. If he rolls high enough, he gets to go again.
All right.
Oh, no, that's the wrong way of rolling. There we go. Okay. He's gonna pull the blade back, and on a 22 initiative, go for another stab.
I got a 15.
Okay, 15. And Val? goes for another stab. I'm gonna need... Oh, no, sorry. He can only do it once per day, so you do not need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, thank God.
And even if he uses precision strike, this isn't enough because he rolls a 2 on the dice. So even though you have this like terrible wound, when the second stab goes for you, you just push his like hand out, and you kind of hit him with the strike to the elbow. And now it's gonna be Saskia's turn, and then Val, your turn. So Saskia, you're at the desk, but you hear the commotion. You know something's going on. What do you do?
Damn. So I don't have a map. Can you guys like explain it to me?
Are you able to in Discord? Marie's streaming the screen. If you can try and click that, see if it works. I don't know if you're on your phone. It might. If it's phone, it might be.
I am on my phone.
Okay.
I will try to do that right now.
Yeah, it might be a little tough.
Watch
then.
stream. Oh, okay.
So yeah, you're kind of like here on the desk, so you can step around here. It's like within your travel distance, so it's not too hard. Yeah, you can like jump over. You'll like reach right around here to see Val is being stabbed. What do you do as you see a blade kind of...
Can you like do that one more time? So sorry.
Oh,
like
yes.
ping me where I am.
You can run right here. So
Okay.
You're kind of running from the desk here, and then with 30 feet that gets you there, and now it's your choice what you want to do. This is
Okay.
Val, and then this is the attacker.
Okay, well, she'll hear the commotion and she'll try to run and grab Val and try to drag her out of whatever danger that she's in. And I'll use Unit 13 to give myself advantage. And, like, this is not the reaction, like just roleplay-wise, like flavor-wise. This isn't the reaction of someone who's like versed in combat, like she's been in the army or she like, you know, has experience dealing with like space battles or like ship wars or whatever, like hostile takeovers, whatever. Like she's just like terrified, like this is someone who's on her side and she's just trying to drag someone, an ally, out of the situation. So she'll like use Unit 13 to like give herself advantage, and she'll try to like drag Val out of the situation however she can. Like maybe like a strength no, not a strength check.
What I'll say is Saskia can just drag Val back at half speed, but what I'll do is instead of you getting advantage, he'll get disadvantage on an opportunity attack because of Unit 13.
Okay.
So you guys get like
Sounds
15
good.
feet back out of the immediate jail cell vicinity, but he will try and stab. We'll say it's going to be towards you, Saskia, because you're kind of blocking, keeping Val safe.
Yep.
Okay.
Saskia's like, oh shit, like kind of freaking out, like just trying to drag.
You stumble forward. The blade goes above your head, and it's going to be Val. What do you do?
Very, 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 very banged up. 1 HP to be specific. Val is just going to, like, kind of, while being dragged away, like, main hand, like, on the stab wound, keeping pressure on it, offhand is just going to draw their blaster that they have and just shoot at Yanis.
Okay.
Which I do not believe I had added that to my character sheet, so...
You can make
What
a
is,
Dex plus proficiency.
Dex plus proficiency. Cool. So that would be +1, +3. Yes. Cool. Be a 12.
Even without a whole lot of armor, he still has a nanofiber vest and is able to dodge out of the way of that. And that is there anything else for Val's turn as you're kind of like stumbling back on out? And if you want, you could also try doing cunning action maybe for a setup for next turn or anything like
You
that.
know what? You know what? Actually, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but could I maybe like on my like just as a visceral reaction? No, you know what? No, it's too late at this point. But I was gonna say, like, could I cast Sanctuary on Val?
Yeah, you can. That's a bonus action, so you'd be able to do that.
Okay, like I was just wondering, like, because I didn't want to, because it's after my turn. But like,
You're good.
if I could, I would cast Sanctuary on Val at this point.
Yep. Val, you are added to the temporary health insurance plan of Gen 13, and a shield erupts around you.
Yeah, you get a notification. It's like, welcome. You are now an ally for Gen 13. Please don't take any aggressive actions towards any aggressive allies at your point. Please note that, and then you get like a 13-page screen, like in your vision of like terms and conditions. Like,
Well, imagine this is like after the blaster shot, and Val's just like still like holding like the stab wound on her chest, and you just go like, no, god damn it, and they're just gonna storm off like to the evidence room. It's like if I like the entire way she's just yapping. She's like, if I can't take no goddamn aggressive actions, I guess I'll go do something that's not helping with the guy who I said I beat the shit out of, and it's just you can't hear her. She's walking out the door.
Hell yeah. And as you step out, Fallon, Merritt, it's your turn. Next up, Merritt, you are in the prison cells too, seeing
Yes.
Val get stabbed and just run off, and there is now a dude with a knife looking at the rest of you.
Mm-hmm. I hit him with Mind Sliver.
Okay.
He needs to make a
Intelligence
saving throw.
It's not the smartest, but he rolled all right. A 14.
I believe my spell save DC is 15.
Okay, hell yeah. Go ahead and roll for damage. And on his next save, he has a minus 1d4.
Yep, he takes 3 psychic damage. And then, as a bonus, no, they're both, never mind. I was gonna say as a bonus action, but they're both cantrips.
Okay.
And I still have invisibility up. That lasts for an hour. So good there.
Actually, great point. Do attacks interrupt your invisibility?
No. Wait, does it? Let me see.
I think it doesn't.
Ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell.
Okay. I'm gonna say the nat 20 you rolled earlier though is going to keep you guys still out of the radar of these cameras. So any new constructs, we'll see you, but the cameras in the system you're offline.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to run and try and close his cell door.
Okay.
So he cannot run out and attack me.
Okay. Trying to close. Does Merritt have the badge with her, or did somebody else take the badge? Because that may not be there anymore.
I don't know.
I think Val
I
had the
assume
badge.
Val has the badge.
Was the door open when Val walked out, or it's still badged? Still badged.
Yeah, you could have swiped it and ran out. So yeah, I think Val would have the badge, and this door is now fully open for the time being. And you can try a technology check to close the prison door on Giannis before he lunges for you guys.
I'm gonna do that.
And then after Merritt is gonna be Fallon for the last turn of this initiative.
Okay, I'm going to try and, like, from across the room, I mind sliver him, and then I'm going to try and technology check and close the cell door.
Yeah.
Using my sorceries. It's 15.
15. As he starts to lunge for you, that is enough to close the door. And he kind of like slams against it, smiling. And he's gonna look up and just wipe what would be Val's blood off the edge of his blade against his own hand and just kind of look across. Anything else?
I do not break eye contact with him.
Okay. And so as you two stare each other down, that does mean you're out of immediate danger of Giannis, but Fallon, is there anything you want to do in this moment to round out initiative?
Is there a way I can get over there fast enough to try and reach through the bar and pull the hand with the knife, like, to our side of the bar? If that makes sense?
Like you want to get his arm stuck in the prison door?
Yeah, I want specifically the hand with the knife in it, so that if it gets stuck in the prison door, I can take the knife.
I'm gonna say you can try and make an athletics check to pull him towards, like, his arm in that moment, because you're right after Merritt. So it's like you're running along, you see Merritt going for it. Yes, you can try and like grab and pull the arm, but it's a contested check. And
Could I sway you acrobatics? You could say no.
I'm gonna say no for this one.
Okay.
But I will say he's not actually that. He's imposing in a deadly manner, but not actually in a physically strong manner. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna roll his strength check in the chat. Okay. So that is what you're trying to beat.
Oh god.
Just a 5.
The hyena.
Oh yeah, that was his call, like his title. And
Because he loud snip.
well, I think it's a lot of the blood and knife stuff where he's like, you guys haven't seen him do the like the knife thing, but yeah, kind of it's implied at this point. But unfortunately, Fallon on a 2, it's not beat a 5, and you do not pull his arm into the kind of cell doors. So he's still got a knife, and he is making noise, and a gun did go off. So the incognito encounter has gone from, it went from 8 to 7. It's now going to drop another 2 from 7 to 5.
Can I take a bonus action and try to shoot the hand with the knife?
I'm going to say you could have made the contest as a bonus action, so this will be your main action, just to shoot.
Okay.
It's going to be dexterity plus proficiency.
I don't know where my proficiency is on this.
It's plus 2.
It's 2.
I think it'll be... Where do they put it on this version?
Should be at the top,
Yeah.
next to initiative.
Oh,
Yes.
I see.
It's tiny.
Plus 2 is 7.
You fire a gun into the prison room, and he just kind of tilts his head. It like strikes the steel in the back, and you just see him kind of starting to pace back and forth in the room. You're gonna have to come and get me, before I get all the cops in this office here. And then he starts to just howl out. It is a cell wall, so it's not like it's like dampening the sound, but you know, if he keeps on going, someone's eventually going to hear him. And so a little timetable has started.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and end the session there. With you all trying to get access to the record room, which you found, trying to quiet Giannis the hyena, and also you've got to find out what he's told them. And if he's given them something to also retrieve that, if it's information, a dossier, anything like that. At least that's the task that Oversight is given. And a lot of money is on the line. And your futures might be as well.
I hate this guy. All my homies hate Giannis.
I'd love for someone to explain to me what happened while I was off, because Guys, I swear, usually I'm totally on board for the session.
No worries. I'll say also I'll also upload the recording. Like I'll try and get it out by tomorrow, so it's also easier for you to reference. But I can also send you like a written up summary if that's helpful for reference.
I mean, anything is fine.
Okay.
I just want to know like the stakes.
Yes, yeah.
Like, like
I
what's going on? What was the deal for
y-
us to go on whatever this mission was? I mean, I think Saskia, like, she would try to help anyone who was on her team, which is how I was acting because I
Mm.
was, operating on a gap of information. But like, I'll have my laptop online by next week, and I'd just like to know what the fuck's happening. I had a huge gap here.